Welcome everybody to C. Ashley Morgan Field here for the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The sun's shining and a slight breeze to keep our players cool. I am Makai Winfrey, and joining me today I have Ryan Di Costanza. Ryan, are you ready for some Saturday action?
You know, sun is out, blue skies, can't get much better than this on a beautiful day in Warwick.
You know what can get better, actually? I think winning is the best thing. And what are the three things we need to do to make sure we win today?
You know, I think number one is we're starting off 2-0 for the Warwick Wildcats. They got to keep that momentum going. It's a huge game today, so they got to keep using that energy to then win. Number two, it's homecoming. It's also the Spirit Trophy. Not only that, they're also celebrating the 1984 champions of the Warwick Wildcats. So they have that energy, they have that presence. They got to use this homecoming to then overcome this challenge. Number three, they got to let the defense set the tone for the game. They were dominant last week against Middletown, and I think they're going to be dominant again today, and that's going to allow an easy victory for Warwick.
Obviously, there's a lot of players that go into a team victory, but who is the key player that we need to watch more specifically?
You know, I got to say it's got to be number two, the star quarterback, Brody Frederick. You know, last week he was the commander on the field. Today, he's also going to be the commanding. He's just going to be so dominant both on the run and on the pass. I don't see anything changing this week. It's going to be a great game for Brody.
Well, that is all we got for the pregame, but guys, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it'll be the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
We are here for some Warwick Valley football on Warwick Valley Television. I am Makai Winfrey, as we already discussed in the pregame. Ryan, you know, I got to ask it again. You ready for football?
Oh, you know, it's just a beautiful game. You know, it's Goshen versus Warwick, homecoming Spirit Trophy. It can't get better than this on a Saturday afternoon.
I almost have to ask, do Warwick come in as a heavy favorite, or is Goshen kind of close? Where are we looking at?
I would hope so that we're a favorite, but at the same time, you know, I think it's going to be a close game regardless. It's, you know, Goshen has always been a rival of Warwick's, and it's just going to be a very close game.
Coming into this game, Warwick is averaging a couple more points a game than Goshen. They're averaging 31 to Goshen's 27.5. But does that make Warwick a better offense? Does that just make Warwick better defense, considering they've only allowed 7 a game compared to Goshen allowing over 40 a game?
I gotta say it's gonna be a kind of an equal amount on both sides. You know, I think Warwick's definitely gonna have to stop it on defense, like we talked about it on the key plays of the game. But you can't count out Brody Frederick, the quarterback. He's gonna make something happen.
Brody had 4 passing touchdowns last week and has had a few on the ground as well. You know, I almost come into this game wondering if he's going to keep up that same game, like that same idea, or is he going to try and be a little more efficient on the ground again?
No, I think he's going to be consistent. You know, he's shown that through the past 2 games, and I think nothing's going to happen today. You know, I was talking to him in the hallways earlier this week, and, you know, he seems calm. He seems confident in the way this game's going to go.
You know, carrying a lot of momentum, as we talked about. Is there a lot, would you think, I would like to think there's a lot riding on this game, right?
I mean, yeah, you know, you got homecoming, got Spirit Trophy, Warwick again is 2-0. The question is, do they continue their dominance, or is this going to be the real test to their, you know, their ideals?
Goshen comes into this game. They won the Spirit Trophy last year in a game 16-8, or 18-6, excuse me. They won 18-6 last year in Warwick, or no, in Goshen. Have my numbers all mixed up. They won 18-6 last year in Goshen, but a fun fact is that Warwick has never lost to Goshen in Warwick except on one occasion.
You know, let's hope that's not a jinx. You know, I definitely think, you know, with the home crowd, you know, again, it's homecoming, it's the Spirit Trophy, you got the championship team of 1984 here in attendance, so, you know, a lot is riding on this Warwick team, and I think they know that, and I think they're aware that this is going to be a very close game.
1984, 40 years ago, and all of those people are still here out supporting their home team. Whether they're from here or not, they had to come back and see if this 2024 team is going to be able to succeed. Kick is off And it's up, and it's going to go to the right side over here. And they're going to run up the center, but not get too far, to about the 27.
Number 42.
So, again, kickoff. We're going to start with Warwick's offense here. So, let's see if Warwick's offense can continue momentum from last week, scoring 35 points, or does Goshen have a defense willing to stop them?
Yeah, so let's see, what they're trying to take out with Warwick. They were able to get stopped a little short, but let's see if they can just keep going.
Getting ready here. Snap for the first play of the game. It's off. It's going to be a handoff to the right side, I think it went, and that did not go anywhere. So, your offensive starters for today's game, we have our offensive line of Grant Havel, Michael Miller, Braden Harrison, Michael Hennessy, and Matthew Lukovich. On our wideouts, we have Dylan and Ryan Sullivan, Anthony Mazza and Danny Devine, our running back Mohammed Najafapur, and our quarterback Brody Frederick. Play number 2, getting ready to snap. It's going to be I believe another run on the right side there. Not go too much further. We're going to have to look at third down.
Yeah, I think Warwick, they're starting to see a little bit of that tough Goshen defense, but I think, especially for the first drive of the game, they're kind of going to try to test out a little bit and see what they can see with Goshen and see if they can kind of cook something else up.
So, third down. Warwick was very good on third down last week, converting over 50% of their attempts. So, it'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to convert this one right here. Brody gets ready. Look like almost a jet sweep, and he's gonna roll out to his left, and it's gonna be a catch. But he keeps running down the sideline, and it's gonna be out of bounds.
Oh, that's gonna be a huge run by Ryan Sullivan. He's like we saw last week. He was dominant. He's again just picking up that pace from exactly where he left off last week.
I'm sorry, which Sullivan did you say that was?
That was number 5, Ryan Sullivan.
Ryan Sullivan. He entered this game with 250 receiving yards on the day, or on the 2 games that he's played so far. So now, adding to that total. So let's see what this Warwick offense has to go with. Here's another high snap. It's going to be a run by Brody Frederick. He gets out to the line of scrimmage.
Okay. Yeah, so, what I'm seeing from the Goshen defense is that they're not letting anything short happen. You can definitely see that Brody was kind of caught up in that Goshen defense, but like we saw that one play with Sullivan with Warwick, I definitely think they're going to try to do something similar with that.
Second downs time. Brody getting ready, stands back in the pocket. He's got Aaron Callender back there with him. Looks to his left, signaling movement from Ryan Sullivan. It's a snap. Brody rolls out to his right. He's got a man. He looks down the field, and it's going to be a touchdown pass to Anthony Mazza, the first one of the day.
Yeah, like we said, that was a huge play by Warwick, especially with that one play by Ryan Sullivan, and now we see it with Anthony Mazza.
Anthony did not come into this game with a touchdown. This is his first of the year, so congratulations to him. Gotta feel good.
Yeah, he's celebrating right now. Like you said, it's a tough matchup, and to be able to score that early with only 10 minutes in the first quarter left, it's definitely a good sign for Warwick that they're not afraid to throw that long ball.
Brody's, he entered this game, he's been attempting 32.5 on his passes, so, he's not afraid to sling that ball. Or a kicker will get ready to take a kick, as he is prone to do. And the snap is really high, but the kick is up and good. So a 7-0 lead really early for Goshen, or for Warwick against Goshen.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't Goshen.
No, it was not Goshen.
Yes, I really like what we're seeing from Warwick right now. Like we said that, they kind of stuffed up on the run, but once when they're able to let that ball fly a little bit, they're able to get something done. Now we get to see the defense. Are they going to be able to keep the same stops with the tough Middletown last week? And are they going to be able to do it with Goshen this week?
Remember, as we said a few moments ago, Warwick has only allowed 7 points per game. They allowed 8 from Wagner and 6 from Middletown. So we'll see if that trend is to continue, or will the Goshen offense have something to say about it.
Yeah, let's see if, Warwick, with the defense coordinator Ryan Tobin, is he going to be able to keep that same dominance with the Warwick defense, especially with Grant Havel, number 56.
Kick is up, and it is through to the returning team of Goshen, on the ground right there. Goes to the left side, looks for an open gap. He's got an open space, but he's going to get taken down about the 35. Not too much to comment on right there, but a nice play nonetheless from Goshen. So we'll see if the defense for Warwick can stop their offense. Remember, Goshen, again, averaging 27.5 points a game, so pretty close to Warwick. This should be a tight offensive matchup.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, we shouldn't get too worried if Goshen's able to answer right here, but let's just see if Warwick's able to respond. And, like we said, one of the keys to the game, let's see if the defense can set that tone for the Warwick.
We talked about that in the pregame. We'll see what the quarterback of Goshen is able to do with the ball. Getting ready to call the snap. Pike is now. He takes a few steps back, looks to his right. He's got an open man, and it's going to be gone. And he's going to run all the way down the sideline, and Goshen's going to put it on the board early.
Wow. Let's see.
Number 6 scores into the end zone.
That was a great play by Goshen. You got to say, just being able to let it fly that first play of the game, and I got to say the defense worked. They're going to go back to the sideline, and they're going to try to figure out what just happened there.
They had 2 men over there. I'm not quite sure what the miscommunication was, but one got beat. The other, I think it was the safety, kind of tried to get in there and tackle him, just couldn't get there. So Goshen puts it on the board early.
Yeah.
7-6 game.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a very big offensive game, just touchdowns everywhere.
And the kick, I believe, was blocked.
Oh, we got a blocked kick. All right.
Repeat from last week. Warwick had one last week. They get one this week.
You know what? They're still in the lead, Warwick, so good for them just being able to keep that dominance. They were able to let that touchdown happen, but it's definitely a good sign that the special teams is able to, block that kick and make sure that Warwick is at least up 1 point.
They did not let it hinder them, so basically starting from scratch once again.
Yeah. So now Warwick's up by 1, and now Warwick's going to be back on the offense, and let's just see if they're able to just kind of keep slinging the ball.
It'll be interesting to see if that Warwick offense will score quickly again. Both offenses have scored so far in under 5 plays. So that's a bit of a warning sign for both defenses, but offenses love to see that, especially our fans here at Warwick.
Yeah, and one note is that Warwick is ranked number 6 in Section 9, so I definitely think that Warwick, they have a test that they have to, see if they can pass. Being ranked number 6, are they going to be able to climb the ranks after today's game?
Remember, they beat currently ranked number 8 Middletown last week, but they run up to the right side looking for an open space. He's got a lot of open space, and he's going to run it up to about the 50, and he's going to keep going, and he's going to keep going, and he's still running. He's out of the bounds now, just past the 40.
And that was number 42 on Warwick.
Huge return.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but that was a great play, and just being able to see the crowd just stand up as soon as he was able to just run and just keep running. It's almost like Forrest Gump, just keep running.
Big plays happen for both offenses and returns even to start our game.
Yeah, and look, Warwick is already on Goshen's side of the field, so let's see if Brody Frederick is able to, maybe quiet the offense a little bit, don't be too impatient.
Fantastic start to this game so far for Warwick. And it's going to be a run up the middle for a couple yards there. Maybe Aaron Callender with the carry.
Yeah, number 14, Aaron Callender. I think he's going to have a big game today. Being able to just push up the field, just yard by yard, and just kind of tire out this Goshen defense.
See the fans there looking remotely happy. We got a couple yards on that gain there. It'll be second down now when we take the ball. Didn't say this in the pregame, but Big Play Brody, that's what I'd like to call him. He's had a lot of big plays this season so far. Let's see if that trend continues. It's going to be a fake run to Aaron Callender. He's going to run it himself to the right side. He makes a few men miss, but he's not going to get too much further than the line of scrimmage.
Okay. Even though that didn't work out for Brody in the way, it was still good to see that Brody's able to kind of that dual threat, while he's running or even just throwing that ball that we saw a couple plays ago.
Brody is no small guy. He is 6'2", big legs, so a bit of an easy, not easy, but a bit of a big target, I should say, for these Goshen defenders. So third down will be coming right up here. Brody takes the snap. It's going to be another handoff to Aaron Callender, who's going to go about a yard forward.
Brings up fourth down.
So.
All right, we got about 8 minutes left in this first quarter, so kind of can figure out, what's Warwick going to try to do on this fourth down.
How far are they from field goal range? They're a little far.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it. They're up by 1. I think they're going to try to, figure out what they want to do with this game.
Birdie stays out there, and so does Callender, so it appears to me like they are going to go for it.
Yeah, it looks about like a 4th and 3 almost.
This is possible, very possible here for the Warwick offense. First 4th down of the game. Birdie takes the snap, hands it off to, I believe that's Ryan Sullivan, but he's just not going to be able to get there, and Goshen's going to get the ball back.
Hand off to Ryan Sullivan, stop short at the line of the game.
Yeah, Ryan Sullivan had a huge breakout game last week, so, I like the play of, trying to get him the ball and see if he can make anything happen with it.
So, Goshen now, his offense comes back out. Remember, they were 1 play and in the end zone last time. See if they can continue that trend.
Yeah, I definitely think Warwick's defense, they're going to figure out what happened on that last drive by Goshen and just kind of, make them stop and make sure that there's no big yardage gain or even another touchdown like we saw that last play with Goshen.
Remember, Goshen comes to this game with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, trying to keep the Spirit Trophy. They won it last year, although Warwick had it the past couple of years. So Goshen trying to retain the trophy. Snap, getting ready, and it's taken. It's going to be a handoff to the right side, and he's going to move a couple yards forward, but not too much.
And I think that's definitely a good sign on Warwick's defense. They're not going to let any of that small yard gain, happen. Even though they had that huge play that ended up in a touchdown, they're able to just stop that drive, and it also winds down the clock. Just let them getting a breath a little bit.
You remember, you got to weather the storm. There's going to be from the early. I just completely botched the saying that I was going to say. We'll just get to the play right here. Goshen takes a snap. It's going to be a run play. Oh, missed the tackle right there, but it's going to stop him farther back than the line of scrimmage. Oh, did he not stop him? Oh, he goes. There he goes now. Thought he was going down that first time, but he goes down the second.
No, this is going to be a huge 3rd down on Warwick. They're able to stop that run. They're able to maybe get 1 or 2 yards lost on Goshen's side.
Brings up 3rd down.
So he gets a 3rd down for the Goshen offense. So let's see here. Goshen gets ready to snap. There's a whistle on the play.
Yeah, we're going to see the first penalty of the game. Let's see what they're going to think.
False start penalty on Goshen.
It's a false start for Goshen. It's big.
Yeah, again, it's going to move them back a little bit, especially for a 3rd down. It's going to give Warwick's defense a little bit of a breathing room that they're able to make a big stop that can maybe turn into a 4th down.
Not what you want to see if you're a Goshen fan, but a lot of Warwick fans here, so a lot of people happy about that one. Goshen gets ready, takes the snap, calls for motion. And there he goes. Now he steps back in the pocket, looks to his right side. He's got an open man, and he's going to get the ball complete down to the 45.
All right, and there's Goshen's first down.
So Goshen's offense will stay on the field.
That's a Goshen first down.
Not too much to comment on that pass, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good play by Goshen being able to, get that yardage back, especially after that false start. But, definitely with Warwick's defense, I think, defensive coordinator Tobin, he's going to want these guys to kind of wake up a little bit. They got to make sure that if they're playing man-to-man, that they're covering their man, or even zone, they're going to cover the zone.
It's going to be a run from the quarterback here, but he's not really going to go too far. So 2nd down will be.
Yeah, so one thing that I'm noticing in this game so far, I know we got about less than 6 minutes left already. Warwick's defense, they're able to stop those short runs, but I think it's those passing plays that Warwick's might struggle with. So let's see if they're able to learn from those previous mistakes and be able to make a huge stop.
I've noticed from that defense, it's not about the big gaps they're giving up. It's the tight windows. They've had their problem getting their hand in there. Let's see if they can stop that trend. Goshen's going to take another run from the quarterback, and he's going to go up to about the 50. He's not going to get any further than that 3rd down.
Keeper by McKenna.
Yeah, so it's a nice little play by number 10 on the Goshen's quarterback, getting a couple yards completed. But, again, they're able to stop any sort of run game that Goshen's trying to develop.
Keep in mind, this is Goshen's first away game of the season, so coming into not their own territory to play. Going to be 3rd down snap. Going to look to those right side again. He's got another man, and he's going to be complete down to about the 41. So it's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, and Goshen's going to be able to move those chains. Again, it's another 1st down, and it just looks like they're in control of this drive right now. They know what they want, they know what they see, and they're executing it. That's for Warwick. I definitely think that they're starting to see what their plan is, and they're going to try to execute it a little bit better.
So Goshen's going to take another first down snap here. He looks to his left side this first time, and he's got an open guy. No, it's going to be overthrown. So, second down.
Pass incomplete, intended for Thomas.
Yeah, and I think that's a good sign of work. You know, Goshen was able to throw it for a complete touchdown on their first drive, and then this one was incomplete. So definitely think that Warwick's defense is starting to tighten up a little bit. They're now recognizing what that game plan of Goshen is and trying to stop this Gladiator offense from scoring again.
Remember, Gladiators are still down 7-6, so it is not all hope, not an all tied up game to be exact. But Goshen trying to drive down and take the lead back that they had for all of it felt like 2 seconds.
Yes, let's see if Warwick's defense, if they're able to kind of hold them. You know, this is a second down, and let's see if they're able to stop them.
Snap is off. Quarterback steps back, looks right to his right side, a screen pass, and he's going to find open space, and he makes a man miss, but he's going to get taken down a little bit close to the 33.
Okay, it looks like a yard or two that Warwick's able to stop for them from getting.
My mistake, the 38. I don't know why I said 33. Got the 30 and 40 mixed up, but still a few yards on the Goshen play there.
Yeah, you see a third down right there, so let's see if Warwick's, might be able to stop them. Worst case, Goshen gets a field goal, but let's see if they can, finally stop them from moving the chains.
Goshen has been moving forward all game so far. Oh my God, snap is off, and it's going to be a run to the right side, but he's not going to get too much farther than where he started.
Lewis picks up a yard.
Yeah, that's a huge play by Warwick's defense. Again, being able to stop that run from getting any more yardage, and, it looks like they might be going for a fourth down conversion, but if they're able to do the same thing that they did before, I think Warwick's in a really good spot, and then maybe they can get the ball back and then have another opportunity of scoring.
Goshen is in Warwick territory, but they're not too deep into it, so they have a few options here. Appears to me they're going to go for it, so they're going to take a step back. He looks to his right side. He's got a man complete, and he's going to get the first down and more, and he's going to run it all the way down to just past the 10, or 20, excuse me.
First down.
About a 17 or 18-yard line.
Yeah, it's a tough play if you're a Warwick fan. It looks like he was able to get that tackle, but, number 3 on Goshen, they were able to just kind of keep their legs up and being able to just get that first down. So now Goshen is in a good position.
McKenna steps back now, looks to his right, looks to his left. He's got pressure right in his face, but he gets the ball out, and he's going to find an open man who's going to run it all the way down, and he's not going to get into the end zone, but he gets close to the 10.
Yeah.
I think it's a third down, though, or second down. Excuse me.
It's going to be a close second down. Yeah, I see they made it a second down. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be like a second and inches, maybe a second and 1 right here. But, they're in the red zone, so let's see if Warwick's defense is able to stop them.
Big play for Goshen right here. Can they convert? McKenna steps back, rolls out to his left. He might take it himself. Oh, man, that's a fumble. Big hit right there to McKenna. Warwick gets the stop. Good to see him get up from that one.
By number 41,
that was a great play by Warwick.
Read that like a book. Nowhere for Goshen to go. They'll be stuck on third down now.
Yeah, pushes them back a little bit. They're able to loosen that ball, force them to go back a couple yards.
Look like a good old Madden hit stick. I like to use those in my Madden games.
Yeah.
McKenna's going to take another third down pass here. Steps back, looks to his left. He's got a man. Oh, and it's going to be picked off. He let a man open in the middle, but he didn't get the completion, and it's going to go to Lucas Siebert.
Wow.
His third of the year.
Oh, that is a great play by number 13 on Warwick. They're able to stop it, and that's just, I'm speechless. That's something that if you're a Warwick fan, if you're a Warwick player, you want that to happen, and it just looks like everything's happening right now for Warwick.
As we just said, the third interception for Lucas Siebert on the air. That's the 6th as a team. Mark McKenna gets picked off for the first time today. He had an open man in the middle. I think he just misjudged his power on that throw.
Yeah, Warwick was able to, again, read that coverage and being able to see, which man was open, and they were able to get that ball, and now it's theirs.
Although on their own territory, they have time to try and chew.
Yeah, we got about less than 2 minutes left in this first quarter, so let's see if Brody's able to cook something up right now.
This offense can score fast, but they're going to run it this time up the middle and get a couple yards there. I want to say 3.
Frederick hands off to Abate.
Yeah, that was a great run play, even though it didn't seem like a lot of yards, it chews the clock down a little bit. It gives Warwick the chance to kind of breathe a little bit. Again, after that huge interception, Goshen's defense is now immediately, they're thrown onto the field. Meanwhile, Warwick's offense was able to kind of take a breath and kind of see what they were able to do.
Remember, the offense has not been on the field too much today for Warwick, so
yeah,
nice to let the defense catch a little bit of a breath, not get too tired too early. Brody signals for motion. He's going to step back. He's going to look to his right side. He's got a man over the middle, and it's just dropped.
Oh, and that was targeted for number 4.
Anthony Mazza, who was the intended receiver.
If he had hands on that, I would have thought he took that to the house to make that second touchdown for his game.
You see, you got a split second there. He was a little upset himself, but like most good players do, brush it off and move on to the next one. They've got 3rd and 7 here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take that too hard for him. I definitely think that, he might be a little frustrated that he wasn't able to get that ball, but I don't think it's going to be the last time he's going to get a catch.
So Brody steps back again. He's going to take another throw. He looks to his left side this time. He's got an open man, and it's going to go all the way past the first down marker. Intended receiver and caught.
Yeah, it's number 42. Yeah, again, that's just a great read by, Brody Frederick. You see the pressure that Goshen is sending. He steps back, and he's just able to short past that. And again, now you get a nice first down for Warwick.
So that resets the downs with clock ticking.
Yeah, about 40 seconds left, and it's counting down, so they're going to have to get a play off. Yeah, we got about 35 seconds.
So Warwick's going to have one more play at least here. They're going to hand it off to the right side, and he's going to get open space, and he's going to run past the 50 and a little further.
Hand off to Callender.
I believe Aaron Callender.
Yeah, it was a great run by Aaron Callender, just dominant. He's tall. He's just able to just dominate that Goshen defense.
So great run for him. Is going to move Warwick.
Yeah, looks like this might be the end of the first quarter, but got about 7 seconds. That doesn't look like Warwick's going to try to get something off.
So, yes, you're not going to get a playoff here for the end of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So that'll end it.
Mike Rowe on the student organization known as Skills USA.
Well, everybody talks about high unemployment. It seems to me that the real problem is the skills gap. There are opportunities available, millions of them. Skills USA is on the front line. They're encouraging soft skills and specific skills. They're the connective tissue in between the opportunities that exist and the hopes that a lot of parents and kids have for their own future.
Learn more at skillsusa.org and microworks.org.
Skills USA, champions at work.
We are back here for some second quarter action from CHC Mortgage Field. The Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators. Warwick up 7-6 with their offense back out on the field. So we'll see here. I believe it's a fresh first set of downs, right?
No, I think it's a second
down.
Yeah, I think it's a second and short. Yeah, because of that run by Aaron Callender before the end.
This looks like a designed run play, and it's going to be a handoff to Callender, who's going to get them over the
handoff to Callender.
Yeah, just right over that yardage. So that's, again, now we see a fresh first down. And I definitely think that's going to be a huge key aspect of Warwick's, offense, is giving that ball to Aaron Callender and seeing if he can just power through and just get that extra yardage.
First down, Wildcats.
Warwick, they've had a lot of runners this year. Callender's been not a standout, but he's been the predominant runner of anybody so far this season.
Yeah, he's definitely been a dominant player on Warwick's offense, especially in that run game. We saw that game against Middletown, and he was always present. He was always getting those yardage that Warwick needed.
So Brody will have to figure out what we're going to do here. There's some whistles on the play. I think it might be a timeout.
Yeah, so that's a timeout on Warwick.
Timeout for Warwick. So give me a chance to ask you, if you're Warwick and you have this offense ready to go, what do you do?
I don't know. I think if you're Coach Rico, if you're the offensive coordinator in Warwick, I think you might just tell Brody, if you see something, do it. They haven't had that much luck in the air, but I definitely think that as the game progresses, they're going to be able to tire out that Goshen defense. So I think they're going to try passing it a little bit.
Brody's a very accurate quarterback, 72% this season so far, entering this game, I should say.
Yeah, and Brody, I should say, he is averaging about over 200 yards passing each game so far. I know it's only a small kind of calculation with those previous two games, but that's a sign for a season. I definitely think we're going to see a lot more yardage from Brody through the air.
Ranked 10th in the state in passing yards this year. So we'll see what they do with the ball this time by Frederick and Calendar in the backfield.
Yeah, we got first down right here, so.
Takes the snap, rolls out to his left, got an open man down the field. It's going to be caught. That is Dylan Sullivan to the outside of the numbers.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see another huge impact from both the Sullivan brothers. You know, they had a huge game against Middletown last week, and they're going to be present this game as well. So nothing's going to change within their game plan, giving it to the Sullivans.
So Dylan and Ryan had combined for over 300 receiving yards just entering this game alone, which is a huge number for two players.
You think they compete with one another?
I think they go home and compete about it, yes. Dylan definitely wants some more. Frederick takes the snap, looks to his left. He's got an open man right down the field, and it's going to be caught, and a touchdown, Dylan Sullivan.
Oh, that is a great play by Brody and number 3 on Warwick. Again, just airing it out and letting it happen, letting it fly.
We were just talking about competition. Remember, Ryan entered this game 1 touchdown behind Dylan. Dylan's now got 2 up on Ryan.
Yeah, so I definitely think there's going to be some brotherly love shown, but, you know, again, a little bit of a brother rivalry, and I definitely think that's what makes Warwick so special, that they're able to have these kind of relationships, you know, as physical brothers, but also the brotherhood of just this team.
1 is up on yards, 1's up on touchdowns, but it doesn't matter for Warwick because they're happy they've got the lead. Currently a 13-6 lead for Warwick. We'll see if this extra point pending, if they make it a 14-6 lead. Kicker steps back. Ball is hiked, and the kick is up, and it's good. So a 14-6 ball game for the Wildcats. What does Goshen got to do to respond?
You know, what I saw from Goshen is that, you know, they're not going to be too, what's the word? You ever get that feeling when you had a word and you just forget what it was? So I think what I was trying to say is that, you know, Goshen, I think they're not going to be too eager to score. I think they're going to try to quiet it off. You know, Warwick's defense, I think now they're up 1. They had that huge interception. Definitely think Goshen's going to test them a little bit, you know, chew the clock a little bit, you know. They're not going to be too fast with scoring. I definitely think they're going to be a little bit more meticulous, a little bit more careful with how they score and how they, you know, move the ball down the field.
That's what I was talking about. Brody, again, he's been averaging 32 or so yards per attempt, and again, that was about a 30-yard throw. So, you know, just another one of those. I didn't know if Dylan had his feet in, but good to see he did. Meanwhile, the kick is up and off, or kickoff, to the Gladiators. It's going to go to the middle, kind of. He's kind of looking to the middle, and he's got an open space, and he's got a block. Oh, and he might get all the way down there. He's got 1 man to beat, but he's not going to get there. He gets to the 20.
Oh, and that's just a great start for Goshen, you know, being able to just answer back right afterwards and just, you know, being in great field position. They're about like the 25-yard line, it looks like, on Warwick's side.
That is a huge return for Goshen. They are only 1 score down, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I definitely think that's something that Warwick's defense didn't want to start with. You know, they're probably hoping to be on the opposite side of the field around the 25, 30-yard line. But now, you know, now it's the test of, are they going to be able to have another huge stop? Let's see if they get, you know, interception, maybe a 4th down stop.
It is notable, Mark McKenna did throw a touchdown while in the red zone the last time they were down here. So we'll see if that trend is to continue, or will he put it back through to try and get another 6 on the board.
So let's see if they're able to respond.
First down impending, snaps off, looks to his left. He's got a man in the middle, and it's going to be tipped and dropped.
And he had that too. It just couldn't hold on to it.
You know he wanted that one.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a huge play for Warwick. It would have just kind of dominated the game. You know, if they get that ball, they might be able to drive down the field and then be up another touchdown. But, you know, I don't think that's a bad look for Warwick. They're able to read that coverage.
Almost the 7th pick of the year for Warwick's defense, but not to be yet. McKenna signaling. Moving players around on his offense. He's going to hike it, and it's going to be a run all the way to the right side. Warwick trying to read it, but they didn't get anybody around there, and he gets it to about the 15. Number 6.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fresh first down for Goshen's offense.
It's kind of what they need. They need a moment to reset after that near pick, and a run right there gives McKenna a moment to breathe.
You know what, correct me, it's actually a 3rd down.
Oh, I thought he got there. I think he has to be pretty close, right?
It looks like it. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to say it's a 3rd down right here.
thought for a moment to be a first, but a third is necessary. McKenna going to call for the ball. It's going to be another run play up the left side this time, and they're going to stop him at about the 15.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 4th down right here, so it's going to be like a 4th and short right here.
If you're Goshen, you kicking or are you going for it?
I mean, you got to go for it. You're down 1, so definitely think they're in the position. If they get the first down, then they have another. Oh, there's a Principal Diopoulos of Warwick.
I'd like to correct. I think they're down 8 now. 14-6, so 8 points. McKenna, important for 4th down right here for this game. He's going to be another handoff, and he's going to find a few yards. I don't know if that's enough. It will be enough. First down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, it's a tough look for Warwick. Again, you have all that momentum, with almost the tipped interception, get the 4th down, but, it's never say never.
Warwick has not allowed double-digit points in either of the first 2 games this season. So let's see if that trend stops today. McKenna would like to be the first to do it. Steps back in the pocket, looks way to his left side. He's got a man open, and I think I thought it was picked off, but I don't believe it was. It was just dropped.
And it's another look for Warwick. That almost been another interception that they could have had. But, again, it's a good look for them tipping the pass, stopping it, and just kind of reading that defense.
To credit to McKenna, he got a very quick ball. He gets that ball really fast.
Yeah.
So these guys got to be ready.
And that's going to be something Warwick's going to have to look at, prepare for.
So we'll see here. 2nd down now for him. Steps back, looks to his left, rolls all the way out. He's got a man open, but it bounces off of the ground. So 3rd down.
Yeah, it's a 3rd down for Warwick. Again, this is just a huge drive for Warwick's defense just to kind of stop it. They start around the 25-yard line after that huge return, and now it's kind of the question of can they stop Goshen from getting into the end zone?
Warwick's defense is no slouch. But with only,
Yeah, especially with over, 9 minutes left, I think both sides right now, as the timeout was called, they're going to try to figure out, what's the best course of action. Again, Goshen, do you try to put it in the end zone or do you just try to keep pushing? Or with Warwick, do you play man? Do you play zone? Do you blitz? It's all those questions that, going through each other's heads.
Tobin has to figure that out for his defense. And this Goshen offense has to figure out to put this ball back in the end zone and not fall too far behind Warwick.
Yeah, I definitely think that both sides, both Goshen and Warwick, have probably done multiple drills that have this kind of scenario in it. So now it's the question of we practiced it, and how can we perfect it on both sides?
Goshen entered this game ranked 12th in Section 9, Warwick 6th. So if Warwick beats another ranked team, gotta think that moves them up into the top 5.
Yeah, and Warwick again is 2-0, so I think they have this game again, like you said, against another ranked team. It's going to be a huge testament to this season.
All these players here trying to stop the Goshen offense. Let's see what they've got. Snap is off. It's going to be a run to the middle, and he's not going to go too far, just past the 10.
Yeah, so now we're looking around like a 4th down right now. So it's a question: do they kick the field goal? I don't know.
You have easy points right in front of you. You'd like to think with going from 6 to 9, or you could try and go for another 6 with a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're Goshen, you're in the field position right now where it's like you have to convert the 4th down by getting a touchdown. So it's definitely going to be a huge task for them to try to solve, and another huge task for Warwick's defense to maybe get a stop.
You can hear the Warwick crowd getting really loud. They want Goshen to fail on this 4th down. Let's see. McKenna steps back, rips it, and it's going to be picked off again, his 2nd one of the game, all the way down the sidelines, and it's going to be a return to about the 35. And number 56, Grant Havel.
And there he is, Grant Havel, our star player of last week's game, and now he's making his presence known.
That is Warwick's 7th interception on the season in 3 games.
Yeah, and I can just tell Coach Tobin, he planned for that kind of play to happen. Again, Grant Havel, he averages about 10 tackles a game. It's usually 9.5, but I like to round up to 10. But, he has
to sound better.
Yeah, he has a huge stoppage right there, and now it's Warwick's ball. And, again, this is a great opportunity for Warwick to kind of use that momentum. Again, letting the defense set the tone.
The tone... Again, we talked about that in the pregame. The defense had to do that for the offense to be able to flourish, and, so far it has succeeded. Let's see what Brody and this offense have got cooking now. First down, looks all the way to his right. He's going to roll out. He's going to run it himself, and he's going to take it about 6, 7, 8 yards up the gut.
Yeah, again, Brody Frederick he sees the field. He has great vision. Again, you can just tell he's tasked for this. Just a great player, a great student, just very well-rounded.
Very patient in the pocket he is. So we'll see on second down, second and short, if they'll be able to convert here, or will they go to third down. Brody calls for the snap. He's going to pass it, screen pass to Anthony Mazza, who had a touchdown earlier, and he's going to get a couple yards. I believe it's a first down.
Yeah, I think they convert that first down. They're going to keep moving the chains down a little bit.
So, Brody, again, remember, he entered this game over 400 passing yards on the season, which in 2 games is crazy.
Yeah, and again, being able to be a dual threat, whether he's running to get a couple yardage or, again, just throwing it off, again, like we saw with Anthony Mazza or with one of the Sullivans, he's able to get yardage any way he wants.
So we'll see here what Warwick's offense. They have a lot of options, obviously, first down, so they're able to decide what they want to do. I think a timeout was just called. Might be wrong on that.
Yeah, it's going to be another timeout called.
I believe by the Wildcats. Might be wrong on that, but I think it's the Wildcats here. So Warwick's offense has moved, although not quickly like last week, they've moved very efficiently down the field. Do you think the passing game is the way to do that, or do you think they just need to keep pounding up the middle with Callender and Frederick?
I think they just got to... It's a tough question. Again, you're up 8 points. You had those 2 huge touchdowns. I definitely think when you're in this position of the field, you might just try to pound the middle with the run, but I think when you get closer and closer to the end zone, then he's going to be able to get those short passes that could ultimately end into a touchdown.
And for Goshen, is their defense more geared to the run that we've seen some of the Warwick success happen from, or do you think they're trying to stop the air attack?
So far, it looks like they're trying to stop the passing because, again, we see how much of a threat that Frederick is in when he has, throwing that ball through the air. Again, averaging 200-plus yards passing. So I definitely think Goshen came into this game knowing that they have to stop the pass. But, again, you got to be careful with a quarterback like Frederick who's able to do both sides.
Remember, Goshen lost to 5th-ranked Fort Jervis at the start of the season, but they beat now currently ranked 14th Kingston last week. So they're coming in with some momentum, just like Warwick. So they want to keep it high, but Warwick wants to go to 3-0.
Yeah, Warwick's going to want to keep that perfect record so far.
Frederick takes the snap, looks right to his right side again. He's got one of the Sullivans. It's Ryan, and he's going to run all the way down the sideline, just past the 40, and he's going to get taken out of bounds.
Again, another huge short pass that ends up another first down. So even though they're not able to, get huge passing, all the way down to the field, they're able to check down those passes, and it just allows another methodical first down for Warwick.
Ryan is a really quick and shifty player. He is somebody that we always need to keep an eye on, just like his brother Dylan, Callender. A lot of stars on this offense.
Yeah, and again, we got about 7.5 minutes left before we get into halftime.
Frederick takes the snap. It's going to be another screen pass to Mazza, but he's only got one man to beat, and he's going to try and go all the way around. He's going to get down to about the 25.
Again, just being able to keep passing it, those short passes, and then you got to give credit to those defenders on Warwick, being able to block those tackles and allowing Mazza to get those few extra yards.
I believe that was that a first? There might be short.
I think it's a little short. It's probably going to be like a 2nd and 1.
So not too much to go for Warwick. They could easily throw it up the middle, run it up the middle with Callender if they so choose to. We'll see what they do here, though. And they do exactly as I said they would. Callender goes up the middle, and he's going to get the first down.
I got to give a shout-out to Callender. I really like those purple and gold cleats he's got on right now.
He's really showing the school spirit.
Yeah, it's homecoming. You have the home crowd. You see the cheerleaders. Again, you see all those fans on the lawn right there. So it's just definitely a great turnout on Warwick's side.
This is the biggest game before the playoffs, I should say, of the season. Not, they want to jump ahead that far, but this is so far the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, again, 2-0, Spirit Trophy, homecoming. It's just everything all at once. It's definitely a huge task for Warwick if they're able to get out with a win.
Coach Sirica wants to make them 17-4 in the past 21 years. Frederick looks to his right side, and he's got an open man, and it's going to be Ryan Sullivan. He almost tripped on the grass, but he's going to get all the way to the end zone.
Oh, that is just a great play by Sullivan. Again, just another touchdown. Again, has a little bit of a trickery, being able to trip up the Goshen defenders and just, again, pounding that defense and being able to continue to dominate.
Ryan Sullivan, that's his 3rd touchdown of the season. now only, again, 2 behind his brother. But he's going to add on to that receiving yard total he had. He had a really good miss right there. Didn't know if he was going to slip up, but that puts the Warwick lead now to 20-6.
Yeah, you see all smiles right there from Coach Gregory Sirico. You know, this is something that, again, they're up double digits now. It's just a huge, game by Warwick and a huge just dominance that we see so far.
This game is personal to a lot of the players who were on the team last season, were disgusted after the defeat to Goshen, did not want to repeat this year, and they have so far shown that they will stop it. They're really high snap. They got to go to improvise. That might have been planned. Oh, they're going to get 2. Oh, he's just short.
Oh, you got to give a shout out, though, to Domenico Berlingeri. That was a huge effort. I wasn't expecting them to try to, get a fake, but they tried it. They were close.
I don't know if it was a high snap or if it was planned. Whatever it was, it almost worked.
Yeah, I mean, either or. If you said it was a fake, I would have believed it. Yeah, so we got about 6 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second quarter before we get into halftime.
So time, there's a lot of it, but for Warwick, they don't need to rush now down the field. They've got a 2-score lead. You think? Do they want to take it easy on both sides of the ball?
I definitely think, going into halftime, they definitely want to get another stop. I don't think they want Goshen to score, especially, like you said, the past 2 games, they don't have any double-digit leads. So definitely think that they want to keep Goshen, close to that 6 that they have right now.
Goshen so far, again, averaging 27.5 a game. If they only score 6 points, it's going to drop that total down a lot. But again, they've allowed 41 a game, and Warwick's already at half that. So we'll see as Siebert kicks it off down the field to a Goshen defender. Goshen's going to run it up to the right side. He makes the man miss, but he's going to get stopped at about the 30.
Yeah, so let's see. It looks like there might have been a loose ball right there. They're going to say who has it. It looks like it might be Goshen again.
I think Goshen fell on it while he fell. So yeah, it was a Gladiator fumble and recovery. So
yeah. So we got about 6 minutes, 40 seconds left. So I definitely think Warwick's defense, they're going to try to keep the pressure on. I don't think they're going to. You can definitely tell Tobin right there. You see him signaling to his guys. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want Goshen to have it easy. He wants to make them work for it.
These Warwick defenders, I mean, remember, so far, 2 trips to the red zone for the Gladiators and 2 picks from McKenna. Hopefully for him, that's not a sign of things that he wants to keep continuing. But for Warwick, it's a great thing.
Yeah, and Goshen in the beginning of the game, they were able to, methodically work down the field, and then they just had the 2 unfortunate interceptions that worked out in Warwick's favor. So let's see if they can maybe get something working. But then again, let's see if Warwick's defense can keep the dominance. 1
play, 1 score earlier have not been on the board since for the Gladiators. Snap off, is going to go to the left side with a run here, but he's not going to really have any open lanes. He's going to have to go all the way outside the numbers, try and gain a few yards there. But yeah, I don't think he really moved that as far as he wanted.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the wind is picking up a little bit.
Very, very strong breeze, as you could hopefully not hear from our microphones. But the Gladiators are moving the ball close to the first down, but they're going to have to go on second.
Looks like a 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2.
It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a screen pass, taking a page out of the Warwick playbook. And he's got oh, man. I thought he almost taken him down there, but he missed the tackle. So it'll be a first down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, I like what Goshen's cooking up right here. They're not letting those 2 turnovers get to them. They're able to, again, move down the field a little bit. But then again, if you're on Warwick, you have that open man. You got to, make sure that they're not getting any of that extra yardage.
It's almost interesting to me. I say they take a page out of Warwick's playbook there with the screen pass, but you think that's what they need to try and do? We'll wait for your answer here after this. Another pass to the left side this time, but he's not going to. Oh, he's going to get the first down. I didn't think he was going to. Actually, yeah, it's going to be close. Didn't think he was going to get there, but.
Yeah, we can see where the officials are going to put the ball. I definitely think it is going to be. No, it's going to be a 2nd down, so.
2nd and short. But back to my question. I was going to say, do you think that copying the Warwick offense or taking plays out of it is how they got to succeed to move down the field?
I don't know if they're necessarily copying Warwick's offense, but I definitely think that both sides are recognizing that the defense, they're not going to allow any of those big yard plays. So I definitely think you're going to have to do those short screens. You're going to have to do those, rush. So I don't know. I think it's just both sides, they're recognizing what each side is able to kind of monopolize on and just being able to dominate on wherever they try.
So Warwick, I said they were in a huddle over there with, I think it was Grant Havel that was on the ground. He wasn't. It didn't seem like he was in too much pain. Not sure what happened.
I think it was a Middletown player got shook up a little bit.
Goshen player there. We'll see what Warwick's defense can do to stop the 2nd and short from the Gladiators.
Yeah, we're looking at like 5:37 right now on the clock.
2nd down. McKenna takes the snap. There's some whistles, though, so I don't believe. It might be a false start.
Let's see. It's going to go against Warwick.
Wildcats.
Offside. So Warwick will
Enough for Goshen first down.
be an automatic first down for the Gladiators here. You heard from the referee.
Yeah, so I don't know. You get an offside, and Goshen gets a fresh set of downs.
It's not the end of the world, though.
Yeah, Warwick's been able to, dominate on the defense, so I don't think that's going to bother them too much.
He kind of takes the snap. He's going to try and run it himself. He's going to get a couple of yards, but not too far.
Yeah, this is kind of reminding me of the game we had last week. Again, we saw with Middletown, number 15, their star running back. I think they know that number 10 on Goshen, the quarterback, they're going to be doing those short runs, and I think Warwick's defensive line, they're able to kind of just make that stop and make sure that there's no extra yardage gained by those short runs.
For Warwick, they're kind of seeing a mirror imaging of themselves right now. They got to be able to figure out how to stop their own Again, I joke saying their own offense, but it's going to be a pass to the left side there. It's not going to be a first down, but it's going to be a close third.
Yeah, and even though they're moving down the field a little bit, Goshen, it's definitely got to respect Warwick. They're keeping them in bounds, which means the clock is going to keep ticking. So, the time is slowly going down with, about 4.5 minutes left.
See some of our younger fans there supporting Warwick on homecoming day. Had the parade earlier, the afternoon game right now. And it's going to be a run from McKenna. I don't know if he got there. It's going to be close. We'll see what the line judges say.
Yeah, let's see.
Right on the line almost. So
it's going to be close. So I think they're going to maybe bring out the chains. Let's see if they're going to do that.
I think it's going to be another. I think it's going to be 4th.
I see 4th down right there. So, again, a great stop by Warwick, making sure they don't get that fresh first down.
They're going to try and push it over, and I think they got it.
That reminds me of the Philadelphia Eagles with a little bit of a tush push, trying to get a couple yards to convert to that first down.
Again, Warwick can afford to give up these plays. They just don't want to afford to give up 6 points in the end zone.
Yeah, I definitely think, if they do allow a touchdown, it is not the end of the world. Again, Warwick is up 20-6, so I think their main concern is, just letting the clock run down a little bit, let the offense kind of take a breath because they've been out for a long time. So I think Warwick's defense, as long as they're able to, chew the clock again with 3.5 minutes.
We'll see what McKenna's got planned here for this offense. Number 6 is running back, runs over, and it's going to be a handoff to number 6, but he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to get stopped right before the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be moved back.
Yeah, again, just a huge play on Warwick's defensive end, just being able to just stop any extra yards from happening.
See Miller got in there, Michael Miller, number 60.
Yeah, and again, I really like this play call by Tobin, just being able to stop any sort of run and any extra yardage. Again, clock is winding down with 3 minutes or so.
So 2nd down, it'll be a 2nd and long for the Gladiators. But again, they're not too far from the end zone. If you can get this first down, they got some options. McKenna takes the snap, rolls out to his right. He's got a man open. He's going to get to the 20. He's going to get to the 15, 10, 5, and it's going to be into the end zone for the number 9, for the Goshen Gladiators.
Yeah, that's just a great play on Goshen. They're able to set those screens, they're able to set the blocks, and just, eventually lead to that touchdown, which now allows Goshen to, instead of being down 20-6, now they're only down 20-12 right now for the extra point.
So that 20-12 will be the end of the streak that Warwick had of stopping teams under 10 points, but still, they've got a deficit to make up.
Yeah, again, not the end of the world. Again, they're still up. They're still, in dominance. Again, you see Brody just on the bench right there, just taking a breath. He knows that there's, things to happen. Oh, but I don't think...
Is it going to stand? Oh, that's a big penalty.
Oh, so it's actually going to come back. All right.
That ball's coming back. There was holding on the Goshen Gladiators. I don't know if that's a reset. I don't know if that takes their down away.
Yeah, it's a huge play. Again, with about 2.5 minutes left, that holding, it makes them have to redo what they thought they had with that touchdown.
So McKenna is going to have to redo it here. He's going to step back, looks to his right, tries to repeat the same play, but he just not nearly enough yardage.
Again, huge play, you know. They're able to get the tackle inbound so it doesn't stop the clock. So, again, time is winding down, and I think that's just a huge sigh of relief on Warwick's side. You know, instead of getting that touchdown, now they're able to kind of fix that mistake that maybe they had before that led to that touchdown that then was reversed.
Shattered dreams almost for that perfect under 10 points per game allowed.
Yeah.
But
you know, the dream's still alive.
McKenna, he's going to have pressure. He got the ball out, and it's going to be picked off again. This time it's going to be number 41, Wyatt Vreeland.
Wow. So, again, that makes it 3 interceptions. That is a huge play for Wyatt Vreeland. Again, I don't know if I saw who got the tip, but, again, it's just a huge team effort being able to tip the ball. And, again, huge play by Vreeland, being able to stick with the ball and being able to hold on to it for the interception. 3
factors. Got to the quarterback, got the ball tipped, and Vreeland obviously with the interception. That's the 8th now of the season for Warwick.
Yeah, so now we're looking at a minute 54 left, so I definitely think Warwick, you know, they're up 14. I don't see why not they score again. They got 1 timeout remaining, so let's see if Brody Frederick is able to make some magic happen.
Hyped up player right there on the sideline, number 25. Let's see what Brody decides to do on their own territory. They're going to hand it off this time, try and chew some clock. Move a little bit forward, but not too far.
All right, run by number 42.
So that was a big interception. I'm sorry, that was just a huge interception from Warwick. They entered this game. They were, averaging 2.5 a game. So it's going to move up this game.
Yeah, so we see a timeout called, I believe it was on Goshen's side, and I definitely think, Warwick, they're going to try to talk to Brody, they're going to talk to the offensive line, just being like, you got to be smart, you got about a minute 42 left, so, don't be too impatient with the ball, but again, you might want to drive down the field, and I definitely think they want to get the ball and they want to score again.
20-6 is a very manageable score for the Wildcat offense. They don't need to rush down the field. They can if they want. They have time to play with. They've got a timeout, so a lot of options for this Warwick team. But Goshen, if you're the defense, is the only thing that you have to do not let them score.
I think you just got to get to the quarterback. You got to get to Brody. Again, he's been a threat on both the offense and the defense. So if they're able to get to him, they're able to pressure him a little bit more, then I think that's going to be the best option that they get.
He's a scary... the scariest set of sequences we had there for a split second, but it appears that it's going to be a step back or a run by the outside. It's going to not go too much farther than about the first down.
And again, just a huge play, just being able to get that check down and just being able to completely dominate on the passing, the short passes.
Our monitor here on the booth cut out for a second there.
That's all right.
A little scary, but we are all good. We're back. So, I believe they're how far short you want to say that is?
Looks about like a 3rd and 1, maybe a 3rd and inches. So I definitely think it's doable on Warwick's offense to maybe push through and just get another first down.
So, wow, there's a lot of wind out there. Brody and that offense are going to have to figure out how to get this 3rd down, and they'll likely send them to half if they get it. He's going to hand it off, and that's going to be the first down that they needed to the number 42. Runs it over.
Again, it's we got about a minute 32 left on the clock.
We have to announce for the court and the advisors to make their way down to the gate.
So another snap to the. Oh, it's tipped by a Goshen defender who was looking for Anthony Mazza there on the left side.
You know what? It's just another reset for Warwick. They're able to kind of just understand, what can they do to just get the ball, just further down the field.
It was a scary set of sequences again there. They almost got an interception first. It would have been the first, I think, of the year for Brody, but not to be. 2nd down. Now Brody takes the snap. It's going to be another handoff. And then move way down the field. It's going to get to about 3rd and 2.
Yeah, again, just a huge play again. Getting the clock to wind down. We got about, I don't want to round down, but about a minute 5 left. So now again, the clock is just ticking down, and I definitely think Warwick is. I think they're just going to be playing the clock right now.
I said before one more first down should do it. This next first down should allow them to kneel it out if they so choose to, but I don't think they will.
I think they're going to try to push through as much as they can.
They are a little bit. They're on their own territory, so they're not too close down the field. We'll see what they do. But third down attempt. Brody steps back in the pocket. He got a lot of time. They almost got to him there. He's gonna have to run it himself, and he's gonna find an open man. And he's got a lot of open space, and he's gonna run it all the way down the sideline, and it's gonna be another touchdown. Oh wait, no, wait. Yes, he's gonna get there.
Oh, that is a huge play by number 1, Dan Devine. Again, you got to respect the blockage on Warwick's end. Just being able to just completely do it.
All four Warwick wide receivers have scored on the day. The starters, Mazza, then one Sullivan, then another Sullivan, and now Devine gets his first of the year. His first catch of the year at that, so congrats to him.
Just a huge play and just a huge run of emotions happening on Warwick again. You got to respect Brody Frederick. I thought he was going down right there, but he was able to stay up and he read the coverage and he was able to just get that first down and then even now just a touchdown.
I thought Danny was getting tripped up there at about the 5 to 10, but it did not seem to be the case. So another 27-6 lead here for the Warwick Wildcats, pending this extra point to make it 28 just before the halftime. Kick is up and it is. Did that go through? It did go through, okay. Making sure I didn't lose track of that ball there. 28-6, the lead for the Wildcats just before halftime. So Goshen is going to send their kick return team out there for the remaining about, what are you going to say, 40?
It's
50?
32 seconds.
32 seconds? Okay, a little overshooting it there, but 32 seconds for the Gladiators.
I'm just still amazed by that one play by Frederick, just being able to just not go down again, just sticking with the play, and it just it turns out, and it's just a valuable play by Warwick.
You know, you saw it last week. They didn't really Middletown didn't really get to him in the middies. Goshen, that was the first time the Gladiators have even gotten by him. Brody talked about it in his interview post-game last week, how the offensive line is a big help to him, and you saw it again there. This time they weren't able to stop the Gladiators much, but Brody was able to make an improvisation on his feet.
Yeah, you know, there's no I in team, but, you know, it's a huge team game that we're seeing right now.
Seabird kicks it off there to a Gladiator, and he's going to run it all the way up the left side, looking to score before the halftime. It's not going to get there. He's going to get to about the 40.
Yeah, so with the whistle, we're looking about 24 seconds. Again, I'm rounding up just a little bit because the time is actually 23.9.
You can round that up. I think 0.1 is sufficient. We're not in basketball. We can round that up.
Yeah, so now the question is, you know, does Goshen at least attempt to maybe get a couple plays? They do have a couple timeouts left, so maybe they can get something done, but I guess we got to see what Warwick's defense is trying to cook up now.
If you're Tobin, do you want these guys to play deep because you think they're going to try and throw deep quick, or do you think they're going to try and spook you out and run it up the gut?
I think they're going to play a little bit of a coverage. You know, they're going to look at the zone. They're maybe going to have one or two guys in the back just trying to cover it a little bit. But I definitely think they're going to apply some pressure, you know, on that offensive line.
Remember, a 22-point lead for Warwick. Goshen has to try and score in this short amount of time. McKenna looks to a man open, and it's going to get a guy down to the 40. It's quick.
McKenna to G. Lewis.
I believe that's
first down, Gladiators.
Yes, we get a first down on Goshen. Again, we're looking at the time at 18.7 because Goshen was able to call a timeout just to stop the clock.
Obviously, no intention of changing up anything. Just need to try and get in the end zone.
So now they stop the clock at 12.4. Excuse me.
Stopped it a little late, but they have enough time for, what do you want to say, 2 plays?
I'm sorry?
You want to say 2 plays there? 3 maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they're almost at the 50-yard line, so I definitely think that they're going to be able to move down maybe a little bit. But again, it's up to Warwick's defense to maybe make a short stop. Again, make them use that timeout for them to maybe throw the ball deep. But for right now, I definitely think they're going to look at both the pass and the run. So I wouldn't count anything out right now.
There's a lot of fresh green grass behind and a lot of fresh green grass in front of this Gladiator offense. Remember, again, they have not scored since their opening offensive drive at the beginning of the game. It's going to be really important to see if they can change that right now. They don't got a lot of time right before half. We'll see what this Gladiator offense has to bring. McKenna, loud audience. Ready, calls for the snap. He's going to step back a few steps in the pocket. Looks to his left, looks to his right. He's got nobody open. He's going to try and run it himself. He's going to run it out of bounds to the 30.
Yeah, running out of bounds, so it stops the clock, about 5.7 seconds left. So I think it's right now it's do or die for Goshen. You know, they got to at least get something on the board right now.
You think you take the field goal? Remember, 5.7 seconds is not really enough time to get 2 plays out. You get real 1 play here, unless you can get it right out of bounds real quick. So we'll see.
No, it looks like they're going to stick with McKenna at the quarterback. So
they're going to try and throw for it to the end zone. This is do or die right here at the end of the half.
You can tell that Warwick's playing deep right now.
McKenna calls for the ball. There's a whistle on the play.
And there's going to be a flag.
Hopefully for Warwick, it's not a false start.
Let's see what the officials are going to say. Look. Yep, it's going to go against Warwick.
I'm not sure. What did they say the penalty was on that?
I believe it was encroachment.
Encroachment. Haven't seen that one this year, but encroachment will be the penalty for Warwick. So that'll help out the Gladiators quite a little bit, but doesn't take any time off the clock.
Yeah, I think it's about like a 5-yard gain that they were able to get. And it looks like now they're going to be kicking the field goal right here.
This is a far, for high school, this is a far kick.
It looks about like a 40-yard.
Let's see, is it going to go?
Oh!
It's going to get blocked!
They're going to chase it down.
And that's going to end the half, right?
Yeah.
With the time at...
Yeah, so that ends the clock right now, so that's the end of the quarter.
So the end of the first half for the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators. They are up 28-6. But don't go anywhere, guys, because when we come back, we got second half of Goshen and Warwick football.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We are back here for the second half of the Warwick Valley Football Wildcats. I just botched that. Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators here on homecoming day. The Spirit Trophy is up for grabs. The Warwick Wildcats currently lead 28-6, but that doesn't mean the Goshen Gladiators can't come back. But we'll have to see if their offense will be able to put up the amount of points they need to. So, Ryan, what did you see in that first half that you just, you need to hit on right here?
After looking at those first 2 quarters in the first half, personally, it looked like Warwick was starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. So hopefully, with the 20 minutes of the halftime, they're able to kind of keep that dominance, both in the air, on the run, the defense. They have the huge 3 interceptions, so it's just been a huge dominant force by Warwick.
Seager kicks it off to a Gladiator who is going to catch it at the 30, and he's going to take it. Oh, wow, that's a big hit. Takes it about 7-8 yards.
I definitely think that sets the tone for Warwick. It was a short kick, but, it was a hard hit, so it just shows that Warwick, they're not going down easy.
They want to score as many points and stop as many balls as possible. So we'll have to see how the Wildcats handle this turn on defense, because the Gladiators got the ball back. Remember, the Gladiators' last offensive drive, they had about 20-something seconds, then they drove it down to 5 seconds before being picked off here. I believe it was picked off, right? I think, if I remember right, it was picked off. Or a block kick. One of the two. They were the last sequence of kicks.
Blocked kick.
Yes, thank you. McKenna gets ready, and he's going to snap it. Steps back, looks out to his right, rolls right, looking for an open man. He's got an open guy, but he's not going to get any further than about 4 yards.
Yeah, it's about a 2nd and 5. Again, the quarter just started. It's around like 11:40 left in this third quarter, so I think Goshen, they're going to try to slow it down a little bit. Again, the score is 28-6, or I'm sorry, 27-6 actually. Being up 3 touchdowns, it's definitely going to be a huge task for Goshen to start coming back in this game.
So we'll see here on second down. McKenna takes it himself. He's going to run it up the middle. He's going to get the first down. Oh, and the ball comes loose. And Warwick, was it loose or was it whistle dead?
I think they played the whistle dead, but that would have been a huge play for Warwick.
So that'll give the Gladiators first down. That could have been bad.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it didn't go any further, but again, you see the chains move once again, and it's just going to be a huge task for Warwick to, let this play out and see if they can get another stop.
McKenna, first down, takes the ball. He's going to run it himself again. He's going to look to his left. He's going to run out to about the 43 before it being taken down there.
Yeah, again, just another huge play by Goshen, being able to just slowly push down the field, and you can definitely tell Coach Tobin, he's going to want to tell his guys, you got to see your man, you're going to watch your man, just make sure that they're not letting anything up easily. They want to make sure that Goshen doesn't have an easy time scoring, especially coming straight out of halftime.
Remember, a 22-point deficit is what Goshen's dealing with right now. Ball is hiked. McKenna's going to run to his right. Again, he makes a man miss, but he's going to only go a couple yards.
Yeah, so now we're looking at about a third down. Again, we got about 10:50 left in this third quarter, so it looks about like a 3rd and 3.
Remember Goshen last year, they held Warwick to 6 points. Right now, Goshen's being held to 6 points. The irony.
Yeah, it's it's almost like a storybook. Warwick, you can definitely tell, had that edge. After that game last year, they definitely wanted to make a statement this year. Again, being homecoming in the Spirit game.
They got back at Middletown last week in irony. They might get back at Goshen this week in irony. McKenna rolls out to his right. He's got an open guy, and I think it was complete. Yes, it was. Right? Complete.
Yeah, it looks like it is incomplete, so they're going to move the chains. They're going to be all moving down.
So first down there for the Gladiators.
Again, I want to give a quick shout-out to the chain gang. It's Pat Reiser, Andy Warren, and Mark Boda working the chains. They've been doing a great job out there, so definitely got to respect them for walking back and forth.
Not a lot of people want to take that job on. Trust me, I've done it before. Not exactly the most entertaining thing.
Yeah, you get to see football right on the line, so it looks like they're enjoying it a little bit.
McKenna takes the snap, rolls to his middle, kind of, and he's going to find some open space, but he's still going to be stopped. I think that's just shy of the first down.
Their superintendent, Dr. Leach, enjoying the game.
That's it. But there's the big boss. He's my boss's 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 boss.
That's definitely a great turnout for Warwick. Again, you see it's the Spirit Trophy, it's homecoming. I don't know how many times we've mentioned it, but again, just to show that importance of this game, again, being number 6 in the section.
So, Goshen, McKenna takes it again. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to get the first down, but he's not going to go further.
Yeah, again, Warwick is able to Goshen is able to slowly move the chains, down by down, and just, again, being able to get a fresh set of downs with the first down.
I've noticed this with Warwick, coming out of halves and coming into the games, first plays of the game. Their defense is a little slow to adapt, which is okay, because once they lock in, this defense is really hard to get by. So
yeah, even if Goshen does end up with the scoring play, I definitely think Warwick's defense is going to learn from it and make sure they don't let it happen again.
McKenna's going to again take it himself, but again, he does not find very much yardage.
Yeah, so one thing I'm noticing right now with the Warwick game, I keep saying Warwick, but right now with Goshen, is that they're not really passing it that much. They're kind of relying on the quarterback to kind of make the plays happen, and it's been working out for them. So it seems whatever working for them.
So Goshen, taking a page from top NFL teams where they're having a dual threat quarterback here. McKenna looks way to his left. It launches, but it's dropped.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good play. He was open, but it just seemed like that pass was just a little too short. It bounced on the ground. But, again, it's a huge stop for Warwick, even if they meant for that to happen. Again, it's a third down with about 8.5 minutes still left to go in this third quarter.
So time, although not fast, is ticking on the Gladiators. You don't want to go again scoreless another drive.
Again, it's like that game against Middletown where it's like, if you want to make something happen, you can't let that clock come into factor.
They ran out of time last week. Will the Gladiators run out of time this week? McKenna in the backfield takes the ball, snaps it. He looks to his right. Oh, man, got that ball out. But it's going to be incomplete.
Oh, it was close to being another interception. Again, Warwick's defense, even though it looks like Goshen's able to get those open receivers, they're not making it easy for that ball to come back down.
But look at some of our cheerleaders here on the sideline. They performed at halftime and did a fantastic job.
Again, it's a pretty eventful halftime. Again, they announced the winners of the floats. They celebrated the class of 1984. Again, just a huge significance of today.
which is a very important day for Warwick. 40 years from their fantastic 1984 team.
Yeah, and one thing that Coach Rico mentioned is that team started off at 1-2, and then they were able to just kind of figure it out. But with this team, with Warwick, they're 2-0, so maybe they can have a similar history. Not to put anything on the table right now.
We'll have to see how the future goes here.
Again, a huge 4th down.
To see what this offense can do, Goshen has to score. Oh, and oh my God. He's trying to run it around the outside. Is he going to get there? No, I don't think he did. Oh, is the ball loose? I think it'll be marked as a down ball, but that'll be short, so the Warwick offense will find its way back onto the field. Do you think that was the opportunity for Goshen to try and get a quick score in?
I mean, that was the one opportunity. They were able to drive down the field. You know, they were almost close to the red zone, and it just looks like it just didn't work out for them. So there's definitely an opportunity for Goshen to get some points on the board, but again, this is now Warwick's opportunity to almost put the game away if they're able to.
I also feel like noting, this is the first time, and it's a positive takeaway for Goshen. They didn't throw an interception. Ball security was big in the red zone this time. They had it.
Yeah, definitely.
But Brody's going to hand it off this time up the middle. He's not going to go anywhere, doesn't look like. So
yeah, it looks like he got stuffed up just a little bit, but again, that's okay. You know, again, if you're now you're kind of working on the clock. You want to make sure that nothing's going to happen, you know, that they're going to regret.
Remember, Brody, he passed for 4 last week. He's passed for 4 this week. He said he would. He told me off air. He told me he'd go for 6. So
I mean, he's got time. He's definitely at a better rate right now than he was last week if he wants to make that happen.
So we'll see what Mr. Frederick is going to be able to do with this football. 2nd down now. Brody takes the ball. He's going to hand it off again to the number 42, who finds a lot of open lanes. And he's going to take it even further than I thought he was going to go, but he gets by.
And again, just a huge play again by number 42 in Warwick, just making that play happen again. It looked like he was going down, but he's not going down without a fight, which again leads for another 1st down for Warwick.
These Warwick players are fast. They are quick. They find evasive holes. They're good at just finding open space. That is what Goshen's problem has been all day, stopping the open space.
Yeah, and one thing is, you know, Warwick, their whole motto is, you know, job's not finished. They're going to keep pounding. They're going to keep going. Again, not to quote Kobe Bryant again like I did last week, but
we got the colors.
I mean, definitely purple and gold. They're going to make sure that, you know, they're going to have all that time to go.
So we'll have to see, though, if this big run was a trend of things to continue in this second half. Trying to chew some clock out. Brody is going to hand it off again to the number 42. And he gets to about the 45 till getting taken down. We have another first.
Again, another 1st down. They're making something happen. It's definitely a good sign of work. Again, just being able to just get those drives down. Again, you're working the clock with the run. You're not being too greedy by passing it. It's definitely a great play by Warwick's offense.
Remember, the number 42, that running back, I do want to point out him a little credit because he is not exactly the heaviest or tallest guy. You know, only 5'7", 140, but he's moving a lot of force and moving some big guys over and making a miss. So I want to give him his credit.
And you know what? It's working out. He's been a huge force on the field, just being able to dictate which way he's going to be running, and it's been working out. So it's definitely a good sign for Warwick to get that run started.
Brody has not went through the air this far in the drive. Going to be another handoff and another open lane to about the 45 again. And he's going to keep it up, and he gets to about the 43.
Again, another 1st down for Warwick. Just they're not giving up. They're going to keep going.
These Wildcat players do not want to go down. They want to stay on the feet, and they have been showing it all day.
Yeah, and you know, one thing to point out is that I was talking to defensive coordinator Ryan Tobin throughout this week, and he said, you know, again, Warwick is 2-0. They want to make sure that this season, you know, it's going to be a real deal that if, you know, coming into this game that it's not a fluke. Like, they're here to stay and work. They're going to make sure that everyone sees them on the map.
You know, I feel like mentioning this. We've gotten a little further enough in this game. Warwick, the last 3 years, has went 6-4, right? 6-3 in the regular season, made the playoffs with a first-round exit. Warwick is looking to change the culture this year. Something feels different. I like to say magical almost in the air in the Warwick building. Just everything seems to click. The offense clicks, the defense clicks, the coaching clicks, everything on and off the field seems to click. Do you think that that's pushing these guys a little extra further?
I definitely think that Warwick this year has kind of changed their expectations, and you got to give credit to the coaches. Again, you see Coach Rico right there. He's working with the other coaches, and they're just going to be able to work within it. Again, you see the crowd, they're waving, they're still in it. So I definitely think that this Wildcat pride that everyone has, they want to make sure that they're going to keep going with it.
This Goshen defense does seem at the start to not know what hit them. They're trying to figure it out right now. They have the opportunity to stop Warwick on another fresh set of downs. But Warwick, if they score this one, I don't want to say the game's over because it's never over till it's over. But it'll be very hard for Goshen to come back. Brody, hand it off again to the number 42. He's not going to move forward, but he gets about maybe a yard.
Yeah, again, even though he only gains about 1 or 2 yards, again, it lets the clock keep ticking. See, and now we're looking around 6 minutes left with the game, or at least with the third quarter. So it's definitely a smart, methodical way that Warwick's approaching this drive.
So we'll just need to see, again, second down, but no gain there is not a huge killer. They've got time, and they've got plays to use. And obviously, everyone's getting a reset of timeout, so everyone has 3 if needed. We'll have to see here. Brody getting ready again. I'll mention again, has not passed it this drive. It's going to be another handoff to the 40. He almost tripped, but he's going to find an open lane, and he's going to get close to a first down, but it's going to be just short.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about like a 30 inches. Again, just another huge play by 42 and just being able to continue dominating on the run game. Like you said, they haven't passed this drive at all.
Very shifty receivers and running backs we have under our Warwick tree. But you can see the crowd. Everyone's still really invested in this game, even with the big lead. 28-6. I should mention again, if they get this lead, let's just assume they make the extra point as well. That'll be, a 29-point deficit, a repeat of last week where they won 35-6 against Middletown. They're gonna try and push it over here. I don't think they got it. I think they're short.
Looks like they might be just short, but again, you never know. Let's see where the officials are gonna put that. Again, you see Pat Reiser over there with the yardage and the down. So again, he's flipping it to a 4th down. So it's going to be a tough challenge for Warwick.
See our cheerleaders obviously keeping our crowd hyped up. I think it's going to be a 4th and short though for this Warwick offense, which they can try and do a lot of things here. They have no pressure from the score from getting caught from behind at the moment. So
yeah,
gives them some choice.
Yeah, again, they're on Goshen's side of the field right now. So even if they don't convert, it's not the end of the world, but I definitely think it's something that they want to at least try to get.
You see Kyle Bullock there. Good to see he's up and on both legs. He was injured last week in Middletown's game.
We get a timeout called by Warwick, so I think maybe they don't like what they see on the field, and maybe they just want to talk it off a little bit.
Remember, they have 2 options here. Again, 4th and short. They can pass it, they can throw it. They're not really in kicking range here, so they're going to have to do one of the 2 or just punt it away. But I don't think they want to punt this.
No, I definitely think they want to keep control of the ball. Again, we're looking about 4 minutes left in this third quarter, so even though it hasn't been that eventful of a quarter, it's definitely a huge question for Warwick of what do they want to do with the rest of this game. Do they want to be greedy? Do they want to keep going for more? Or do they kind of play on the safer side? Again, it's a 21-point game. It's 27-6, so let's just see if they keep going with it.
So, also noting, the sun has just gone away here on our players and us. So, a little bit cloudier here in Warwick. I don't think that should affect either side of the field, but...
Yeah, I'm looking at the forecast right now. It says it's mostly sunny. It's about 75 degrees out, so hopefully this weather doesn't pick up. I don't think there's any sign of any bad weather on the horizon.
It should be all right. So, Frederick, and that's, I believe, Callender now in the backfield with him.
Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to run this.
Oh, no, they're going to pass it. Brody looks to his right. He could run this himself. He's going to look to make it up. No, he's going to run it. He's going to get the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to throw it downfield, but I think the receiver that he had in mind just wasn't quite open. But, again, with Brody being that dual quarterback, being able to run and also pass, he was able to get it done on both sides. And, that's another first down for Warwick.
I'm not Brody. I don't know what he was thinking, but I'd like to say I think he made the right choice there. He looked downfield. Actually, he took the motion like he was going to throw it, but he thought better of it.
Yeah, and again, being that short 4th and inches or even like a 4th and 1, I think he knew that if he maybe extended just a little bit more, he I mean, he got it either way, so I think he knew, like, if he couldn't pass it, he was going to be running it either way.
So first down. It's the first time Frederick even kept the ball. We'll see if he decides to let it rip or if we'll keep running it here. It's going to be another run. Oh, no, it's going to be a run by Frederick. Oh, he's going to pass it. I think he got it. Yes, he did get it.
Are they going to say? Let's see what they say.
Mazza caught the ball. We'll see if they count as in bounds.
Mazza, out of bounds.
Out of bounds is the call. Unfortunate.
It was a good pass, too. Again, looking at the monitor, it looks like he was running with it. But again, with Frederick, you never know what he's going to come up with. And he ended up passing it, but unfortunately, it just couldn't get the feet in bounds.
Not the fault of Mazza, just maybe, I don't want to say a misplaced ball, maybe just a miscommunication there on how far he needed to be across the field.
Yeah, again, still a good play on Mazza's, and he was able to get the ball. It was just he couldn't get his feet just quite in.
We'll see Frederick here on second down now. It was his first pass of the entire drive. It's going to be a handoff to the 42, who's going to move us up a couple yards, so make it third and about 7. Maybe 3rd and 8.
Yeah, again, anything works, and again, they're chewing the clock. Again, we got about 3.5 minutes left, so definitely think this is just Warwick's kind of game that they're in control. Again, they're making the defense work for it. They're not going to let it up too easy, so I definitely think Warwick is going to keep, on the ground.
Warwick is closing in on field goal range. I don't think they'll take it unless necessary. Maybe get a couple more yards and be safe with it.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to try to get a little bit more yardage before thinking about doing a field goal.
We'll see here on this 3rd down what the Warwick offense comes up with. Frederick steps back in the pocket. Look, he's got all day. He steps up, and he's going to throw it. He's got a man open, and it's going to be a touchdown. Number 4, Anthony Mazza, makes up for his out-of-bounds catch, and he gets another one on the day.
Hey, it's another touchdown on Anthony Mazza. Again, just a huge play by Warwick.
Anthony Mazza takes home his 2nd touchdown of the day. This has been his game of the year so far. Good for him. Put it in the end zone. That puts Warwick up 34-6 on the Gladiators.
Just a huge play on both sides, just being able to get that ball again. You see Brody fist pumping in the air. He knows what he did, and it was just a great play.
5 passing touchdowns for him. That number 2, the quarterback for Warwick. He said he would go for 6. We talked about it. He's got one more.
So we're at number 5 right now.
We'll see what he can do, but you see the kicker for Warwick just trying to ensure the lead, although it's pretty safe and sound at this point in the game. A high snap. Kick is up. That goes through. It bounces off the crossbar, but he got it through. So 35-6, identical to last week. We'll see if Goshen will change that. Remember, Goshen has allowed 41 points a game, so it's interesting to note that Warwick's at 35. Warwick's 1 touchdown below the average at this moment. Did they not miss? Did they make it?
They missed one before.
Oh, I thought they made it before.
Yeah, so the score is 34-6.
So you know what? My mistake. I believe we've just been told that they missed one earlier, but still 34-6, a huge lead for the Wildcats, 28 points.
I think what that one point was, I don't know if you remember, it was the high snap that we might have thought it was a 2-point conversion.
Oh, no, you're right. You know what?
Yeah,
I thought they made that.
So it's funny, when I was talking about the chain gang, they were mentioning that it was a high snap, and you can tell that the snaps have been kind of high for the field goals, so I definitely think that's why it's 34-6 now.
Oh, man. A huge tackle right there. I think that was the number 7. It was.
Yeah, number 7, Colton Cenas. Again, just a huge play. Again, Warwick they're not going down without a fight. Again, they're winning. They're up. But they want to make sure that Goshen doesn't have any easy points.
Coach Garcia right there walking down the track. But the Goshen offense is going to come back on the field. So that 34-6, I think, yes, I'm confused the fact that they missed that technical 2-point conversion, although it was a high snap. So that'll clear that up. So 34-6, the lead.
Yeah, you're one off. It's all good.
We're close. We're close enough. So 28-point deficit. Goshen is down 4 scores. They've got some work to do. They're going to run it up the side here, not go too far, maybe a yard or 2. So that'll be 2nd down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, so, it's 34-6. We've got about 2:45 left on the clock.
Flag on the play, face mask, Wildcats.
It was a face mask on the Wildcats, though, so that'll be a flag on the play. I think
First down to Goshen.
it'll be a reset of downs, too, so first down for Goshen.
Yeah, so Goshen's going to push up a little bit more on that face mask. So, again, not what you want if you're Warwick. You don't want to get those extra yards on penalties. But, again, you know, if anything, that penalty allows Warwick's defense to kind of catch their breath and, you know, maybe meticulate what they want to kind of form.
You know, Warwick's been a... What do I want to say here? They've been a little penalty prone today. Not too bad.
Yeah, we see a little bit of an audible on Warwick's defense.
It's going to be a snap. It's going to be a handoff this time. He's going to go to the left side. Makes a few men miss, but it's not going to get more further than about 5 yards.
Yeah, I think that's going to be another first down for Goshen.
So, Gladiators take another first down. Remember, they with how much? With what do you want to say?
About like 2 minutes.
Yeah, with 2 minutes, you think they want to? What do you say here? You want to score, right? Must score, almost.
Yeah, I mean you're down 28 points. So that's 4 touchdowns plus, you know, making your extra points. So they got to score right here.
McKenna way back in the pocket. He's trying to run away from a man chasing him. He's going to throw it to his way right side, and it's just in front of this man. He didn't put. I think if he put his arms out, he could have caught that, but.
You know, that was great coverage by the Warwick defender, just being able to stay with his man, and it looked like he was just a little bit overthrown for Goshen. But again, that's where we said that if they were able to just launch that ball, then that would have been a perfect scenario for Goshen to get that quick score. But now they got to back it right where they were, right around the 50-yard line. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see another kind of play like that.
Second down for the Gladiators. And again, we talked about the time left on the clock. I don't think it's as much that they're worried about scoring as they have running out of time to score. They're going to run it. Oh, wow, that ball is going nowhere. He's going backwards.
Yeah, that's definitely some negative yards that they're going to gain.
Another tackle for loss. Remember, Warwick, I said entering this game, they have 129 tackles entering on the season, and they're moving at a rapid rate so far. A lot of tackles this game.
Yeah. Again, we got about 1:30 left. Again, the time's still winding down, so Goshen, they have to score. They can't, you know, spend much time, you know.
Remember, it'd be important to get to McKenna here. They've had 8 sacks all season. They've had, I don't believe, any today. Oh, and it's a drop pass. That would have been a big catch for the Gladiators.
He's speeding himself up a little bit. Again, that's just something that you want to do. Again, number 33 on Goshen. You know, that's... You know, he had the ball, so, again, definitely that kind of play. They're definitely going to go back to him with that kind of play, but it's just a tough play if you're Goshen. Again, it's 4th down, so they got to make something happen.
You got to go for it. You're too far down with too little amount of time, I feel like. I'd like to say that they're too far down. Maybe
it looks like they're in punt formation, though. So
punt this, though.
Again, you're at the 50-yard line, so maybe they're just thinking that maybe the defense on Goshen can maybe put a stop to Warwick, so maybe that's why they're punting it instead of going it for a 4th and giving Warwick a good field position.
Let's see right here. Very far snap for a punt. Oh, and it's blocked! The punt's going to be blocked, and he's going to run it all the way down. Number 42 is going to take it all, or 41 is going to take it all the way to the end zone.
Oh, that is a huge, again, Wyatt Vreeland. I believe, did he have the interception also?
I think he did. He had one earlier.
So now he's got an interception. Now he's got a block, a punt block return.
Huge for the Wildcats.
By number 41, Wyatt Vreeland. Again, with 1:13 left on the clock.
40-6.
Again, 40-6. That is just a huge
score.
I don't think that's what Goshen was trying to happen.
Warwick hits a 40-piece. This time it wasn't an offensive touchdown, it's a defensive touchdown.
Oh, that is just a huge play.
You know, if they're able to get this PAT here, like I imagine they'll just go for it, that'll make the number of Wyatt Vreeland, number 41. So it'll be a little cherry on the top for that.
Oh my God, have a day for Wyatt Vreeland. Both a block, punt return, and a huge interception.
He's a defensive guy, both not even a DB. He's gotten everything but his own position. And the kick is up and it's good. So a 41-6 lead, 35-point deficit for the Gladiators.
Oh, that's just a huge play. Just, again, I thought it was the blocked punt, but then you just see him running down the sideline. It's just, again, I'm lost for words. That's just a huge play.
I saw him block it, but I didn't think he actually caught the ball when he blocked it. I thought he just went down, but no, he actually was able to hold on to it and just run it all the way down. So good for Wyatt.
And then you just hear the crowd just erupt. You see just the entire Warwick sideline chasing him down, just knowing that it's a huge play.
I'd like to pose the question early. We haven't seen this Warwick team, I said it earlier, have this much momentum early in the season. Is this maybe Warwick's year?
You know, you never want to say anything way too early, but again, being ranked number 6, and again, what's Goshen's rank?
Goshen was ranked 12. They were in the top 20.
Yeah, so playing another top 20 team, this is just a huge game for Warwick. Again, you're up 35 points now, 41-6 with, a minute 13 left on the clock. It's a huge play for Warwick.
Siebert is going to kick us off to another Gladiator, and it's going to bounce to about the 35. He takes it to the 40. It's a little further than that, the 44.
All right, so we see a little bit of a squib kick. Again, Goshen's going to be around the same area of the field that they were a little bit before.
So interesting to note that if the Gladiators do not, well, actually, let me back up here for a second. So I said earlier that the Gladiators have allowed 41 a game. We are now at 41, so we have hit the statistical number. And as long as the Gladiators do not score more than a PAT, or excuse me, not a PAT, if they don't score more than a field goal, we'll also hold them under 10 points like Warwick has done all season. So, I almost want to say back to the normal. Again, Goshen has not beaten Warwick with the exception of 4 times since 2004, and they lost 13 years straight from 04 to 2017. Going to be a handoff this time to the right side, going to get a couple yards, but nothing too crazy for the Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, again, like we saw with the other drive that Goshen had before that blocked punt, that they got to get something on the board if they want to make something try to happen again. You're down 35 points, you're using the run, so you got to score fast.
There's a lot of people on this Warwick team that want to see how far they can go with this group of people. Again, we'll see here as they take the snap. McKenna hands it off again. It's going to be another couple of yards. Oh, he makes a man miss. And is he going to get it first?
I think it's going to be close to it. That's a nice little spin move by Goshen.
I completely lost my train of thought of what I was going to say, but that'll be, I think, a first down there for the Gladiators. So good for them.
I think it's going to be just short of a first. It's going to be around the 3rd and 1 they got.
Either way, a good gain for them. We'll see here what they decide to do. I imagine run. No, it's going to be a pass. It's going to be a screen pass all the way to the right side for McKenna, and he's getting it? I think he got it.
Let's see. The clock's going to wind down.
See, I think he might be short. He might be inches. It's either inches or first.
Yeah, so that's going to be end of the 3rd quarter as the clock finally winds down. So I think they're going to try to spot the ball and see. I think it's going to be a 4th down they got.
End of the 3rd quarter.
So with that, I guess they're spotting the ball. So we'll come back and inform you guys. But again, don't go anywhere here. Just because it's the end of the 3rd quarter does not mean we are done. Warwick football returns for the 4th quarter of action. So we are back for 4th quarter action from CIC Morgan Field. The Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators. A 41-6 ball game to this point. And it appears that that their 3rd down was not complete, so it's going to be a 4th down attempt for the Gladiators here. Going to try and, I assume, run it up. They're going to try to, and they're going to get there. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, I followed the wrong guy right there, but they did get it, yeah.
That was a nice trick play by the quarterback, number 10, on Goshen. It looked like they were going to run it straight up the middle, but number 10 was able to hold on to the ball and just get some extra yardage. Now they're about around the 35-ish yard line, so again, breath of fresh air for Goshen. Again, you're down, 35 points, so.
Such a good trick play. They tricked me. So he's going to run it up the side again. Not the 1st down this time. So 2nd down. I want to say 3.
Yeah, we got about a 2nd down. Again, 11:30 on the clock as the 4th quarter is just starting and is under our way.
So Warwick, I mean, is there anything else that you need to tell this defense, or do you just kind of let them play their own game at this point?
I think I gotta let them play, and as we see Brody Frederick on the bench, I think, like you said, he's probably thinking about that number 6 touchdown if they're going to be able to start it up again.
He was our key player when we kicked us off. It's going to be a screen pass to the right side. McKenna finds an open target, and he's going to get the first down just past the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and again, I think that's one of the key plays that Goshen has is just to work that, work those screen passes because, it's been working out. I mean, even though they only got 6 points on the board, they've been able to convert each play with those short little screen passes.
So we'll have to see here another first down, if I'm correct. No, excuse me, second down. And they're going to try and go to the right side, and he's going to get even further. He's going to get the first down. He takes it to about the 15.
Yeah, it loses the ball, but I think the whistle blew it dead. So, still another play by Warwick. Again, trying to stop it as we were at a second down.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see here if Goshen is going to be able to score. They're going to. Wow, I don't even know what just happened. He's going to go all the way down past the 10. He's going to get close to the 5, but he was unable to get to the 5.
Yeah, I mean, again, Warwick, probably going to let those plays up. But again, you're just letting the clock wind down again. Even if Goshen does get that touchdown, it will stink that, that streak that Warwick has of, the past 2 games not letting over double digits. But at this time, you're up 35. You might as well just let the defense get off the field, let them breathe a little bit. But I definitely think that they're going to want to get the stop.
You don't tell your players you want to coast, but I mean they do have that option available at the moment. Goshen's quarterback McKenna rolls all the way out.
It's going to be a touchdown.
I didn't think he got it. I thought it was going to be picked off for a second, but it's going to be a touchdown for the Gladiators, and it's going to score another 6 points for them.
Yeah, that's number 6 on, or is that number 6 on Goshen, which is Enzo Pupo, and again, just a huge play on Goshen. But again, I don't think you're too worried on Warwick side, because again, you're still up almost over 20 points, so
we'll have to see if the Goshen Gladiators will make it 13, maybe even 14. Whatever amount of points they want to try and go for here. Again, this deficit is huge, so they are just trying to cut into it in any way they can. I'm almost running out of things to say. I feel like I've said everything I got to say. I believe they're just going to try and go for it. McKenna looks to his left. He's got a man. It's going to be it's going to be dropped. There's a little overthrown there. So
yeah, again, even if you're Goshen, you're going to try to put up as many points as you can, and they try with that 2-point conversion, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. But I kind of like that play. It almost looks like almost a fake, but it still works out.
He got the big head sign in the crowd and everything. Everyone's hyped up for homecoming day. But Goshen, again, down by 29 points. As they said, the Warwick offense gets ready to come back out on the field. But do you almost want the offense to be quick on the field or slow on the field?
I think it's just got to be slow on the field. Again, you're 9 minutes, 54 seconds left on the clock. I definitely think they're going to be a little bit more meticulous. They're going to want to try to drain the clock out. Again, now you're in the fourth quarter. You're in the position of letting Goshen, or trying to not let Goshen get the ball back with as much time as possible.
So with just under 6 minutes left, is it 6 or 10? I think it's 10 actually.
It's 10,
Just under 10. I was way reading that wrong, but just under 10 minutes here for the Goshen Gladiators to try and make this deficit up. Man, I am all off today.
That's all good. It's a Saturday. We're usually used to doing Friday nights.
Had to have some fun on a late night Friday, but it's going to be a return for Warwick. It's going to be right about the 50. You're at half the field to go only. So I think there was attempt. I might be wrong. It was maybe an attempted onside right there to try and get the ball back.
Yeah, so Warwick's able to get the ball right back, and it's, they're probably going to try to figure out what they're going to do here.
The easy assumption being run it up the middle, just take as many yards as you can get, but we've seen this offense. They change it up every now and again and try and pass in these late clock chewing situations. They end up scoring, so you never know with this team.
Yeah, so I definitely think, the defensive coordinator with Goshen, they just want to try to stop the ball. They want to get the ball as fast as possible, but with Brody Frederick at the quarterback, they're going to try to just keep scoring.
There's a lot of options for this team. Brody's going to hand it off this time to number 42, and he's going to take it up the middle.
Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me. Thought it was Brody. I didn't get a good look at who it was. So backup has came in.
Yeah, so it's number 17 on Warwick. My apologies. It's Domenico Berlingeri.
So Domenico takes his first handoff.
Yeah, so it looks like Brody Frederick might have the night off.
They look almost the same.
You know, he might not get that 6 touchdown, but he's definitely had a huge game today.
So Domenico now in the backfield with number 42 behind him. We'll see. And he snaps it now. He's going to hand it off again to the 42, and he's going to go all the way around the right side. Almost going to get the first, but not quite.
It's going to be close. Again, it looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and inches for Warwick. But again, you see number 42 in Warwick. He's been on the field every single time, and he's just been able to push through every other time. So, yeah, let's see if he's running off the field. But again, the run game for Warwick has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been working out for them.
I believe they put some of the second stringers in this game. I see the number 24, that's Sonny Maselli.
You know, I like this, getting everyone a chance to snap. Again, a huge game with homecoming, the Spirit Trophy. Now everyone's going to be able to feel involved in this game.
So Domenico and Sonny in the backfield now. And it's going to be a handoff to Sonny. Oh, no, he's not. It's going to be a fake. I thought he was going to hand it off, but he's going to pass it all the way to the left side. He's got one of the Sullivans. I believe that was Ryan.
Again, just a huge play. Again, with Domenico, he's able to see number 5, Sullivan, and just being able to move the chains. And they're slowly but surely, they might be able to get another score off before the end of this game.
I'd be an awful defender. I keep falling for these trick plays, but he's able to catch that one a little quicker than the last one. So Ryan Sullivan takes it, I want to say about 8 yards up the left side.
Yeah, it's been working out for Warwick. They've been able to just master the plan of disguise. Again, like with those little trick plays of, you think they're running it, but they're actually short passing it. So, again, Warwick's just been in total control of this ball game.
So Domenico and Sonny stay in the backfield here. Both getting their first snaps of the home season. This drive. First down. See what Warwick decides to do. Taking a moment here to snap it. And getting ready. And there he goes. Now he takes the ball. It's going to be a handoff to Sonny. They move it maybe, what do I want to say, 5 yards, 4 yards right there.
Yeah, again, we're about 7 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock, so I don't think that they're in any rush of getting this ball scored, but it definitely would be a nice little cherry on top for, this entire Warwick audience just to see another score for Warwick.
They've driven, even though we're going slow, they have driven up the field, past the 50, past the 40, close to the 30. So we'll see if this offense continues to move forward. 42 back in the backfield now. Domenico, it's ready. And he's going to take the ball now. And then going to be a handoff to the 42, but he's not going to find open lane. Wow, he gets his jersey tugged.
Yeah, again, that's a huge play by Goshen. Again, not letting them get any free yardage. So that's going to set up about a third and long for Warwick.
Not ideal, but not the worst case scenario, obviously, with a big lead. So,
yeah, again, you got about 6.5 minutes left. The clock is continuing to wind down. So definitely think that Warwick, they're not too worried. But again, they probably want to hold on to the ball as much as possible just to make sure that Goshen doesn't have any extra chance of scoring.
Seeing some people on the field you don't usually get to see, so that's nice for all of our Warwick fans and families.
It definitely is nice to see again, especially with this score. You're able to have everyone be involved in this game. They can all feel like they participated. It's definitely a really nice sign for Warwick, just being able to get everybody to play in this game.
Timeout Wildcats.
Yes, a timeout for the Warwick Wildcats here. So, Ryan, I gotta pose the question: is this game all but over?
It's never over. Like Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. So, again, even though the score is 41-12, it's, anything can happen. And I definitely think that Warwick, they just want to hold on to the ball. They want to be in victory formation. Again, the crowd, they've been in it all day. It's been a beautiful day for homecoming, the Spirit Trophy. And, looking at the schedule for Warwick the next 2 weeks as they're both away, they play Our Lady of the Lords and they also play Roosevelt. And, it's going to be 2 tough matchups. But if they're able to hold on to this victory and be in that victory formation, then they're going to be in very good positions for the next 2 away games.
And Warwick has not lost on home field since October 2nd of 2023, and they lost to Minnesink, who they do not play till the end of this regular season. So,
yeah, it's definitely going to be a very exciting season, and just seeing, hopefully they end 3-0 today, which I think they will. But it's definitely a huge, nice little opportunity for, again, everyone to get snaps in on this team.
So you see Domenico back there with number 42 of Giacomo. Domenico takes the snap now, hands it off to, oh no he doesn't, he's going to fake hand it off. He's going to run around in the pocket trying to find an open man. Domenico finds an open, no he does not, he's going to throw it away. So that'll be a 4th down.
It was nice though seeing Berlingeri be able to kind of figure out the field. He's getting chased down, and it's nice to see that he gets out of the pocket and able to throw it. Even though that there wasn't a receiver there, again, it wastes time on the clock, and it's definitely a methodical approach that they're trying to do here.
So you see this Warwick team, I expect to kick it, right? You'd think.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, it's like a fourth and long. We're about the 35-yard line.
They're gonna punt this. My mistake. I thought they were close enough to kick, but they are not. So they'll punt this.
Give a short punt. Just give Goshen short yardage. That's the hope. Again, we're about 5 minutes 53 seconds left on the clock.
So the game is winding down. The punt is going to go away. That's going to be a big punt. It's going to be stopped. It's going to be at the 10. Oh, and he touched that ball. It was going to be big if they could have got it. But
that was a great punt, though. Again, just being able to get around the 10-yard line. Again, it looks like it's going to be spotted around maybe the 11. Again, it's a huge punt. Again, those short punts is what's been helping Warwick. Again, it allows the defenders to then get back and stop any kind of yards being gained by Goshen.
Warwick, because their defense has been on the field probably a little bit more than their offense today, I should say. And so having this long field behind them is a nice relief. They have a cushion to work with.
Yeah, again, the score is 41-12, 5 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. So definitely think that Warwick, they're going to just try to pressure as much as possible. Again, just make sure that they stay in bounds and just let the clock wind down and try to not make Goshen call any timeouts if the clock is going down.
Kind of looking at some numbers. I think we see our still defensive starters in there, so interesting switch up in some positions. We're going to see McKenna step back in the pocket. He's going to roll all the way out to his left, and he's going to get a little bit more than where he started, probably about 5 yards.
Yeah, I like that. He runs out of bounds. He stops the clock. He understands that, time is now of essence. They're down such a big score that, they got to be smart with the clock. They just can't run around. So he sees that there's no open lanes, and he's able to just get right out and stop the clock.
Which is a very important play. Remember, they have not, the Warwick, although have been great today, have not, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, have gotten to the quarterback. So it's the one flaw of this Warwick defense so far. It's going to be a run this time up the middle, and it's not going to go much of anywhere. So 3rd down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, I know you mentioned about them not being able to pressure the quarterback as much. Even though they don't get a sack, you can definitely tell that the Warwick defense, they're not getting tired. They're able to push through the offensive line and at least put pressure on the quarterback for Goshen. And then that leads to Goshen, maybe that can be the reason why there is the 4 interceptions and just that pressure.
It's going to be a screen pass to the right side there, and he's going to get a 1st down and some more, and he's going to keep running down the sideline. He's going to find an open lane, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds. I actually know he gets tackled in bounds. I thought he was going to get pushed out there, but nonetheless.
Right.
Big gain pass to Lewis.
Yeah, just a huge gain. Yeah, so it's a 1st down for Goshen again. That's just, there is a flag on the play, so this might be coming back.
It looks like a flag on the offense. Let's see. This would be a big play if this stands.
Yeah, that was a huge game by Goshen, so for that to be overturned, let's see what the refs are going to say on the field. I think they're talking about it, see what they see.
Obviously, Warwick won't decline it if it's a flag on Goshen.
Yeah, I think this is definitely coming back.
I think it's holding, if I'm correct.
Waiting for the official word.
Personal foul on the Gladiators.
That's a personal foul.
Personal foul. Correction to the call, but yes, a foul on the Gladiators, which takes that huge reception back.
That's definitely a tough call if you're a Goshen fan or just a Goshen player. You have that huge gain of yardage, but for that just to be pushed back.
So still 3rd down. McKenna looks, just trying to find somebody open. He's got a guy. Oh, and he gets tripped up before he can get to the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down now for the Gladiators.
Yeah, and I kind of like that pressure that Warwick sent. You had those 3 or 4 defenders being able to just put pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw. And even though he gets the pass off, it allows Warwick to now have a 4th down that maybe they can stop it. Or I think there might be a 1st down.
Did they get that?
I think they're discussing it.
It was really close. I knew it was close.
Yeah, so I think that's going to turn out to be a 1st down. Originally it was a 4th down, so now it's going to be a 1st down.
They decided to move the chains, so it'll be a 1st down now for Goshen. It's a little bit of a breather. It's going to be a fake handoff, and McKenna's going to take it himself, and it's going to be a hit from, I believe that's the number 38. I think it was the 38.
And you know, the clock is still winding down. We're now about 4 minutes left in this contest. And again, I think, you know, Warwick, they don't want to give up anything too big, but I don't think they're going to put as much pressure on. I think they're going to force Goshen to kind of waste the clock a little bit. But again, Goshen, they're going to need to score if they want to try to come back in this game.
And they don't have a lot of time to do it. McKenna's going to take the ball here on second down. He's going to look for an open man and almost got the pass batted. And he's got an open man who can run to about the 35.
Yes, that's going to be another first down for Goshen. Again, they're moving the chains, but like I said, I don't think Warwick is going to be too worried about these chains moving because now it's Goshen's opportunity. Now it's Goshen's turn that they have to score. So I think even though they're getting these yards, it's not that much of a worry for Warwick.
So we'll see what Mark McKenna and this offense will do. It's going to be a handoff this time up the center. He's going to get about 3 or 4 yards on the play, so second and down.
Again, the clock is winding down. You're about 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock, so definitely think Goshen, they're trying to figure out, like, is there any other way that they could to get a score to happen?
If you're Warwick, if you're one of the players, right, you're just thinking to yourself, you're like, I just want this game to be over. We already got the lead.
Yeah, you know, it's a nice Saturday. I think they want to just go home.
Everyone wants to get ready for that homecoming dance. But it's going to be another play there from Goshen. They gain a couple on that play.
Yeah.
Not enough for a first.
Again, now the time is winding down a little bit. Now we're close to the 2-minute warning, just not quite yet. It's about 3rd and 7 for Goshen.
So big third down for Goshen. They have to convert this. If they want any chance of getting back in this game, they got to convert.
Or any just chance of scoring.
So we'll see what the Gladiators offense has to bring. McKenna signaling for something. He takes the ball, he steps back in the pocket, looks for an open man. He's got somebody, but he's not going to get the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be a close 4th down. Yeah, it's going to be
4th and 1, right?
But again, the clock is winding down. This is going to probably take us all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
So that will leave us. So we'll have to see here. You know, I'm at a loss of what to say. There's not too much to comment on the play. I've hit all my notes even. We're going to see here. It's going to be a run. It's going to be another first down for Goshen, but they're moving very slowly up the field. They take it to about, what is that, the 50?
Yeah, so they're able to, you know, chalk it down. Again, the clock is now winding. It's about 1:50 left.
So as time continues to run down, obviously they didn't get out of bounds, so they have how many timeouts, you think? What do you say? 2? 3?
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely think they still got some left in the tank, so.
They definitely have one. I know they have at least one more left. So, you know, we're going to have to see. Oh, it's going to be a big pass on the field. It's going to be incomplete, though. Target was the number 5 from Mark McKenna. You know, we almost have to see. There's so many people here who are going to want to see us in post, right? You know, who's going to want. We have a lot of people we can talk to, right? No.
I would have to say it would have to be Vreeland. You know, he had that huge interception. He had that huge block of the punt. So I definitely think he's going to be one player that if we had to talk to, he would be the one.
He would be a big person to talk to. There's a lot of obviously options, the Sullivans and Mazza, and obviously Brody Frederick like last week. And it's going to be another pass from Mark McKenna. It's going to go to the a big spin move from the number 33, but not able to get too much further than that.
Yeah, now we're close to only a minute left in this contest, so I think Goshen, they're just going to try to move the chain just a little bit further, maybe get one more score off, but this looks like it's going to be the end.
The Wildcats looking to go to 3-0. It's going to be another run up the middle. It's going to take it to, wow, we're going to get really far with that run. He's going to try to play on his back.
He's going to keep going. But like I said, I don't think Warwick is going to put that much pressure on Goshen. I think they know that this is Goshen's turn to try to score. But, you know, now the clock is winding down less than 50 seconds.
McKenna looking around. He's got a lot of time in the pocket right now. Oh, and I think he got it. Was that incomplete?
It was incomplete.
It was complete, yeah. I think it bounced off the ground, right? Something. It was not complete,
yeah.
So.
You know, Warwick is really good in that man coverage, just being able to control where that ball is going. But that does stop the clock for Goshen, though, with about 43 seconds left. And I'm rounding up because it's 42.8.
It gives them time to think about what they're going to do, right? So, you got some options. I mean, there's no pressure at this point.
Yeah, you're about the 30-yard line, so you're in a good position.
McKenna takes some steps back, looking around, looking for somebody to be open. He's got a guy, and he gets it complete, but it was
incomplete.
It was incomplete. I thought it was going to be complete, but it was going to be incomplete.
You got to say, it looked like it was complete, but you got to give credit to those Warwick defenders being able to knock that ball out to make it incomplete.
So that will be another stop of the clock for the Gladiators. Because obviously the ball stops the clock stops when the ball gets dropped to the ground. So we'll see what number 10 and McKenna could do here.
Yeah, 36 seconds.
McKenna looking around, trying to find somebody open. He's going to pass it real deep. He's got a guy open, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Gladiators towards the end of this game. Number 3.
That's a huge play. Less than 1 minute left. Even though they're not going to win with about 28 seconds left on the clock, it's got to feel good to at least score another touchdown like that, so you're not leaving almost empty-handed.
A 41 to 18 ball game right now, pending the next play from Goshen, who I imagine. I think he found a guy there. I think he was incomplete there on that play.
I think that failed.
So 41-18 will likely be the end of this game. We'll have to see. Warwick's return team will have to come out at least and get one more play off to kneel it out.
Yeah, it looks like Goshen, they might try to do the onside kick, but if not, it looks like Warwick's going to be soon in that victory formation to end this game.
Obviously, we'll have to see what Goshen decides to do. But you can see a lot of people in the stands clearing out because they know Warwick has taken home the W for today.
Yeah, you got to beat that traffic, right?
Everyone wants to get home.
Yeah, we're about 28.6 seconds left, so it looks like they might. Looks like they might have to try to get that onside kick.
So we'll see here as time winds down at the end of this football game. Very loud around here. It's going to be a kick off to the Wildcats, who are going to take that ball, and I imagine they'll just run out as much as they're going to need it out. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're about 25 seconds left on the clock, so I definitely think Warwick is just going to go out and kneel on the ground and just, end this game.
And if you're Goshen, no use in using those timeouts.
Yeah, I think they know that this game is probably over right now, but again, you can never be too sure in this kind of game.
We have seen crazy things happen in football before, but if I see what would this be, a near 23-point comeback, I'd be pretty amazed. In the remaining amount of time we have left, see our players on the sideline all hyped up from the W. They're going to get victory formation here.
Yeah, it looks like Brilliant is probably going to just plan on kneeling this out. Unless they try,
Yeah, no, they're just going to kneel this out right here.
Hey, this is just a great game for Warwick. Again, you're going 2 games away, so again, leaving home with this victory, going 3-0, it's definitely a great feeling for Warwick.
And they're going to kneel that.
Take a knee, and that'll do it.
Should be the game for the Warwick Wildcats.
Yeah, that'll do it.
3-0 for the Warwick Valley Wildcats here at C. Ashley Morgan Field. They beat the Goshen Gladiators and take back the Spirit Trophy for the first time since 2023 when they lost it.
There it is. Yeah, this was a great game to be a part of. I'm glad I was able to witness it.
Everybody rushing out on the field. Everyone wants to be part of the celebration here today. Who doesn't? Warwick takes home another W, 41-18, with time out on the clock. But guys, with such a great game, we'll have to catch up with somebody, so don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with a post-game interview.
Spirit Trophy back to Warwick.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
A big win for the Warwick Valley Wildcats over the Goshen Gladiators, 41-18 here today. And I was able to catch up with Anthony Mazza. Anthony, biggest game of the season, how do you feel?
I've been dreaming about this since a year ago. Something that I've been cherishing with all my guys after losing that, and we get to bring it back. Very happy, man. I woke up feeling really good, feeling dangerous, so very happy, very grateful about this win for sure.
Glad to see Anthony very happy with his grid day, but also we were able to catch up with Grant Havel. Grant, Spirit Trophy, homecoming day, how do you feel?
It feels amazing. Last year they took it from us, but we weren't going to let that happen again, so it feels really good for them to come here on homecoming and we in front of this big crowd, and we're able to do amazing things and come home with the win. It felt great.
All right, and we also have Ryan DiCostanza. Ryan, final thoughts on the game.
You guys are 3-0, so it's going to be a great season. We're looking forward to see what you guys got. Congrats.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
That'll end the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Goshen Gladiators, 41-18. Yet again, the score. We will be back with Warwick football sometime in the near future.